Yeah, we ready though. We live.
We live.
You ready?
Second is 16. Hey, Shalom.
Shalom.
Before we get started, we want to give all the glory and honor to you. Double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone. All right, we'll just go jump into it. You go to 2
And we can start anyway. Hey, we live. Hey,
we live, yeah.
you know, you can start anywhere, brother.
Let the scripture speak.
Yeah, you know, let the scripture speak.
Let the scripture take us.
Come.
This is 2 Ezra chapter 15, verse 1. Behold, speak now in the ears of my people the words of prophecy.
Hey, that's the spirit. That's what we're witnessing at a grand scale. We're seeing prophecy be fulfilled right before the eyes of the people. We're seeing these nations starting to hate America. All right, the UN, the EU, NATO, all these different parts of the Esau system is falling apart. We're seeing World War III brewing. Those war drums is beating ever so loud. All right, racial tensions are at an all-time high. I think in India they're violently protesting right now. So we're witnessing so much prophecy being fulfilled. Keep going.
The words of prophecy which I will put in thy mouth, said the Lord, and cause them to be written in paper, for they are faithful and true.
Yeah, the words of the Bible are faithful and true. That's why you never see anybody speak about prophecy and say they're followers of the Quran. You know, even these truther YouTubers, whether it's Richie from Boston, you know, Hassan Campbell's another one. They'll speak about prophetic things.
Yeah.
They'll go into prophetic things, racial tensions, civil wars, and so on and so forth. But you'll never hear them say, well, you know, he might, you know, speak on his Muslim beliefs. But what does he do? Quote the Bible. Everybody knows. Everybody is going to see and realize that the words of the Bible are true.
Right.
It's happening right before our face, man.
You have to quote the Bible. Talk about anything that's going on right now on a global scale. You have to mention the Bible. There's no other book. There's no other.
There's nothing.
You know? Was it Isaiah 34:16?
Yeah, somebody get that.
Was it 54?
No. Yeah, 34. 34:16.
Yeah, not the Book of Mormon proportions. All right, it's biblical proportions.
Well, even if you go into the Book of Mormon, they literally take whole chapters from the Bible. Like they quote Isaiah 14. They quote Isaiah. They quote Ezekiel. They'll take a chapter from the book, and that's a part of the Book of Mormon.
Right. So everything that the scriptures say, you can do nothing against the truth, but only for the truth. You got that in Isaiah?
This is Isaiah chapter 34, verse 16. Seek ye out of the book of the Lord and read. No one of these shall fail, none shall want her mate. For my mouth it hath commanded, and his spirit it hath gathered me.
That's right. Read that again.
This is Isaiah 34 and 16. Seek out of the book of the Lord and read. No one of these shall fail.
Yeah, seek you out of the book and read. Like Revelation 1. Lessons you gotta read.
Yeah, 1 and 3.
1 and 3. All right, because people are, like I said, prophecy. And that's what it's all about. And that's what all you people are going to realize. This is prophetic for us to be out here, and it's prophetic for those that aren't out here. Everything is working towards the will of the Heavenly Father. And that's what it's coming down to. Right? You have the people in the news, they want to paint us as these terroristic people or evil people or hateful people, but they're failing to realize that these are the words of the Heavenly Father. These aren't our own words. This is not our will. You know, we're doing His will. All right? You'd like to hear something. Go ahead. Matter of fact, you got that revelation? I think we got a revelation before we get done.
This is Revelation chapter 1, verse 3. Blessed is he that readeth, and they that hear the words of this prophecy.
And they that hear the words of this prophecy. All right? Have those circumcised ears to be able to hear the words of the Lord. But a lot of people aren't blessed to be able to hear these words. That's why they scoff at it, because a scoffer in his corner is still fulfilling prophecy. The scriptures speak about in the last days there should be scoffers and scorners. All right, so everything is leading back to prophecy. The words of the Lord, not us. Keep going.
And keep those things which are written therein.
Yeah, keep those things that are written therein. What? Within the Holy Scripture. Mainly the prophecies to do what? Have faith in. This is a time where the only thing that's going to be left is faith. When you got faith, do you believe in what you truly? What do you believe in? Do you truly have faith? Do you? Because everybody's faith is going to be tried. Do you believe it? Okay, you believe in Jesus Christ. Well, is Jesus Christ going to get you out of the things that are coming? All right, your faith in all of this is going to be tried. Your faith for life. Will the black women get you out? Black woman is your God. Will she get you out of the trouble and times?
Yeah, he lost God. God got lost.
Lord's funny like that.
God got lost.
How does a God get lost? Do you believe in Buddha? Do you believe in hip hop, rap, whatever the fuck you believe in? You gonna be all that's gonna get tried. And only those that believe in the words that are written in the Bible through truth and in the Spirit. All right, what is that? John the 4th chapter. You can know these words and not have the Spirit. It's a lot of people. Matter of fact, when somebody get drop that and go to
I got
2 Timothy.
I got a quick precept.
A form of godliness. Yeah, 2 Timothy 2. Go ahead, brother.
All right, this is let's see. This is 2 Corinthians 4:13. We having the same spirit of faith, like what you were saying. Do we have the faith to believe in what we're speaking on? According as it is written, I believed, and therefore have I spoken. We also believe and therefore speak.
That's right. It says we believe and therefore we speak. Yeah, that's it. Because it's coming down again. It's coming down to the Lord and His Son and His men, and His men are going to be doing exactly what the hell they were prophesied to do.
That's right.
It's all coming down to prophecy. All this bickering, going back and forth over camps don't even matter no more. All that putting yourself out there, rebuking somebody. Hey, I through the Spirit, I speak on this with Israel branches. Right?
Yeah, Baltimore
camp.
Yeah.
They went out there and they got that little scuffle with those niggas. But that's because they're not exercising the scriptures on who to rebuke and when to rebuke. It's coming down to the point of it's getting to that point of holding your tongue in a lot of things, moving in the Spirit. And only those that's going to move in the Spirit are those that are the true prophets. So you got your piece up.
This is 2 Timothy chapter 3 and verse 1.
Okay.
This know also that in the last days perilous times shall come. For men shall be lovers of their own selves.
Come on, man. We're in that time. We're in perilous times. The bishop was riding up camp today and we were speaking that everybody has such high anxiety because everybody's on the edge.
Oh yeah.
Every corner you walk around, it's a spirit of that shadow of death. Like death is around every corner. Every time you get in the car, I shared it with brothers last night. The damn 75-85 connector is considered the worst area to drive in the country. The worst in the country, right there.
It's accidents.
Literally a few streets over that way is the worst place to drive at in the country. Right?
Yep.
All right, so everywhere you go, there's something that can cause anxiety. You sit in your car waiting to get out of it. People walking by. Because of the what? That the love of many shall wax cold.
Yep.
All right, keep going.
For men shall be lovers of their own selves, covetous.
Hey, look at Instagram. Look at social media. Social media is that arena that lets you love yourself. Look at me. That look what I got, spirit. Look what I got that you don't got. 2020 is a bigger, better year for me.
Yep.
And that scripture, that really is specifically speaking to Israel. Because we are supposed to have a kind, loving spirit towards each other. But instead, what do our people have? They have that. It's about me spirit. What you don't eat, what you eat don't make me shit.
Right.
That's an Israelite spirit. That's selfishness.
Mm-hmm.
Keep going.
Boasters,
Well, oh shit, boasters. Jake is the ultimate boasters.
Oh.
You got Jake right now. You got a little 12-year-old peanut head nigga somewhere in the country that's a top basketball player walking around like he's in the league. Can't tell him nothing about himself because he can shoot a ball good. It don't take much for Jake to become boasters. Keep going.
boasters, proud, blasphemers, disobedient to
Blasphemers.
parents.
And the blasphemers, the irony of that is like me and the bishop was speaking on the ride up, is everybody has this attitude of what I'm gonna do in 5 years, what I'm gonna do in 2030. But then they have this anxiety where they're afraid to walk around the corner. So they have this act as if there is no God and they're in control of everything. But behind all of it, they're still afraid.
Yep.
Read that last part again.
Disobedient to parents, unthankful,
And blasphemers.
yeah, blasphemous,
Blasphemers blasphemers because that whole energy of there's no God. You see a video get put up on social media about the Bible. It's like a nigga you can literally hear them laughing at his comment. Like he was still believing,
Right.
You know what I mean? It's like like you still even believe in the Bible? That book?
You still believe in your master's book, you know?
Everybody hate, niggas think they deep. Niggas hate everything about slavery except Christianity.
Right.
He's always
Yeah,
trying to tear at the spirit of believing in a higher power. This has got to be even when you read in the history, when you read accounts of the heathens like Darius, these heathens they believed in our power.
Yep.
But we live in a time now where spirituality is at an all-time low. Spirituality now is a person saying the universe is talking about their own goddamn self. What the universe meant for me. But what you really mean is what you said, what you meant for yourself. Keep going.
unthankful, unholy.
Unholy, keep going.
Verse 3, without natural affection, truce breakers, false accusers.
Truce breakers, that's what, when you really, I'm just going to use this for the sake of a point to connect to the people, is even when you listen to, when I listen to a guy like Meek Mills, what I get from his music, really, is he's hurt by the fact that there's no loyalty out there. He really has.
Yeah, he talk a lot about that.
You can tell that that's a real hurtful point for him, because there's no loyalty out there. It says truce breakers. You go to somebody across the street and hey man, listen, I do this for you and you do this for me. As soon as you said it, the truce, he already, how did people say in the back? They got their fingers crossed behind their back. There's no loyalty out here outside of the brotherhood. And even with that, that's something that's earned. But that spirit of looking at the man across from you as an evil dude, it's at an all-time high. There's no love out here. There's no trust. There's no brotherly love. There's no nation love. It's just straight out looking at each other like we're each other's enemies.
False accusers, incontinent, fierce, despisers of those that are good.
Despisers of those that are good. Our people hate us for doing this. Huh?
Yep.
We're not taking $1 out of your pocket, but you hate us for doing this. That's how deep it is. Like there are people, like each and every one of us. I'm gonna hit you with this. Some of your biggest haters are so-called men with Hebrew names. There's people, right, that so-called call themselves Israelite. They'd be like, man, I hate to be in a dark alley with this nigga. All right, read that last part again.
False accusers.
False accusers. That's all that's out here. Everybody want breaking news. That's why Elder Yeshua had to do that video about, man, every thought don't need a video on it. Because you'll just be, everybody want to have breaking news. Or such and such did this. You got proof on it? Scriptures give us a format on how to deal with everything, but again, that's what it's coming down to. Who truly believes and has faith in the word? Word tell you to have 2 or 3 witnesses on certain cases.
Yeah.
But Jake just, nah, man. Nah, I'm convinced. I'm convinced.
Like considering things and critical thinking is a lost art. You know, because of everything is so instant. I see it, therefore it is what you see. You know what I'm saying? Instead of
Nobody wants a backstory.
analyzing, right? You know, it's always it's all, you know, as the old saying goes, there's always two sides to every story. You know, and not necessarily because there's one person on either end. No, there's always a purpose behind something. You know, or a reason.
We're telling you, hey, you know, hey, he's real. Prophecies are popping off. Like Bo was saying, they still hate us for that. We're not taking a dime out of y'all pocket. All right? We're witnesses of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. We're here to let you know that there is a power, man.
And that's all we're doing is confessing.
Yeah.
You know, the scriptures say what? He that confesses me will I confess to the Father. But they hate us for that. Like they literally, like you said, they hate us because of, like they hate us because we took out of our Saturday time to come downtown, to park, to stand in the cold, to teach. How you hate us for our actions? But that's just how fierce of a nation, as the scripture saying, our people are fierce towards us, man. And it's only going to get worse. Keep going.
Incontinent, fierce, despisers of those that are good.
Yeah, keep going.
Traitors, petty.
And and the 2/3 of the nation of Israel are traitors. You're all traitors to your power. All right. Matter of fact, when you get Judges, what's that? Judges 10. Go after your powers, go after those gods. See what they say? Judges 10 and 12, or 10 or 14, 10 and 14, something like that. Yep.
This is Judges chapter 10 and verse 14. Go and cry unto the gods which ye have chosen.
Yeah, that's being a traitor. You chose something else than the power that created you. You chose Jesus Christ. Unto this very day, the masses of our people still call in the name of Jesus Christ. It don't matter how eloquently you break it down to them. You could go into history. You could be like, here, Google tells you the last letter that was added to the alphabet was J. Nah, I ain't hearing that shit. Damn. You could break it down 1,000 ways, but our people don't want to hear it because they're traitors. See, the hate that our people have for themselves is a lot deeper than just being fucking brown skinned. They really hate themselves to the point where they will fight you over the fact of them being Israelites.
Yeah.
And you giving them the true name to their power. They will kill you because of that.
Because it disrupts, the truth will stop you in your tracks. And our people are afraid of that. They know a lot of things are true, but they rather look the other way, and they rather run into a burning building than to jump on a boat.
See
you know?
Evil, hear no evil. That's
yeah. You know?
Go ahead, bro.
Galatians 4:16.
See, the boat's
Am I
going to
therefore
save you.
become your enemy because I tell you the truth?
Yes, absolutely. I didn't, when I was in the world, I didn't have no enemies, right? Then I came to the truth and lost everything literally to the world. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, God damn, how am I in my lowest place in the world with more enemies than when I was in the world? And then it'd be personal enemies, and it'd just be the fact that just Jake hated you, and you just be in a place and they're just looking at you like, yo, you don't even, why are you here? Like, why are you in this gas station? Why are you over here? Why are you here? They look at you like with that Edomite spirit. Read that again.
Galatians 4:16. Am I therefore become your enemy because I tell you the truth?
And the answer is yes. So, we are your enemy because we tell you the truth. That's a terrible thing. Like, only Israelites will do some shit like that. Only our people are that stiff-necked and stubborn, where they will hate you for telling the truth. And that's a real woman spirit. You ever notice if you tell your woman, sometimes you, not even sometimes, you got a lot of your woman. If you got a woman, you got a lot.
Mm-hmm.
You got a lot, child. Bottom, like the brother said, bottom line. You got a lot,
bro.
And it don't even gotta be about big things. Just sometimes you just got a lot. Because they're not bred to deal with all that truth.
Right.
So it's like, imagine that's a real effeminate spirit that is, like what the scriptures say what? That he created a new thing and a woman shall compass a man. The men of our nation are women, man. You can't give them too much truth. They want smooth things.
Mm-hmm.
You got a precept, bro?
Yeah.
Go ahead, bro.
This is John 15 and verse 18. If the world hates you, you know that it hated me before it hated you.
Yeah, because who the hell are we? Like I said, when you leave the world, see, it's one thing to hate a Jake in the world. Jake be in the world with his glory, got a nice car, wearing different expensive shoes, got no money in his pocket, carnal things. But then you come into the truth, you have no carnal things, and then you gain haters out everywhere. Because it's the spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. Since you got that, when you go to Matthew 5, blessed is he when they go.
This is Matthew chapter 5 and verse 10. It says, Blessed are they which are persecuted for righteousness' sake, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven.
That's a blessing, bro. Right? That's the Lord showing that He's truly with you. Because these people are going to come against us just for simply teaching the Bible. And it's going to be Bible believers. It's going to be people that believe in the Bible, that go to church, are going to be some of the biggest and most ferocious people towards us. You think these atheists, think about it, and brothers that's ever dealt with a scoffer at camp, a person that don't believe in God ain't gonna scoff with you. He gonna say a little shit trying to throw you off, but they don't got much material.
Right.
So they gonna leave.
Mm-hmm.
But look at vocab. How many atheists do we really deal with on YouTube as scoffers? But vocab alone, let the story be told. He's an avid Bible believer. Mm-hmm. He's a Christian. But all he do is scoff at us teaching the Bible.
That's all he do.
He would find this video as something to mark and talk about. What all that we're talking about is how to deal with the hate that comes from you, focusing in on prophecy. How are these things scoffed at? But a Christian, you got to
say, I was reading this article, and it was basically saying that the Bible is one of the most brutal books on the face of the earth. It's one of the most violent, one of the most raunchiest books you can read. But like you said, the Christians, they don't get that side of the scriptures. They don't deal with the business of it. They deal with rejoicing and party and mirth, and doing whatever they want to do, So when we bringing out this straight and skinny, man, the whole, like Ezekiel say, the full roll, then it's a problem.
Yep.
But hey, it's known to theological study people that study theology, that the Bible is one of the most heinous books on the face of the earth, and that it has true accounts inside of it.
But you know what? It's like I was gonna say, it is the most heinous, most horrendous, violent books.
Yeah.
All right, it is, but it's still the truth.
Right.
And that's the problem with you Christians. You don't want to deal with the truth. Matter of fact, that John 4:22. Somebody want to get that? The truth and the spirit, because you can know the Bible, like you watch these Bible quiz shows, like Bible Jeopardy.
Mm-hmm.
They're like history for 300. Them crackers, they'll know it. Like, how many sons did Abraham have? 8. Like, God damn, it's jigging the truth that don't even know.
Right.
But you have these Edomites that know it. But they just know it from a trivial place. Right. Like, they read this like it's a book from some book you gotta read to go to a class in Georgia Tech.
But that's a seminary. It's just, they're just, it's for rhetoric. It's just for, it's like the Bible to these people is really just a conversation piece.
It's a book club.
Right. It's not It's not a book of to them. It's not a book of facts and you know value. It's just a conversation piece. The Bible. Yeah, you know, it's an icebreaker. You
It's a
know.
resume piece. Like, you know, like I'm a Republican. I believe in the Bible.
Right.
And we were speaking on camera about having that silver lining look on things. Sometimes you can look at things from such a negative way because this world we live in is based in negativity. So you always want to look for the bad side of it. You want to start with the good news or the bad news. Everybody always wants, no, start with the bad. Get it out of the way because you're afraid. No. When your family cuts you off, hey, cool, blessing, check. That's money. You know, when your job fires you because of your belief, don't be all broken up behind it. When your rib leave you, whatever gotta come your way because of your belief. If you gotta lose something that you didn't like, there's nothing. Everything comes with a cost to lose. So for you to get a blessing, sometimes you gotta lose something.
Yeah.
For you to be blessed with the talent of being like LeBron James, that talent he had, for him to be in the level he had to lose a lot of things along the way. All right? Like, I'll speak on this. A brother did a video on it where you had Bow Wow speaking. Bow Wow was speaking, and he was like, man, you know, I missed out on all those things. Now, granted, there's a positive way of this. There's ways of looking at that. Where it's like, damn, you know, you're sad with the world, you know, this, that, and the third. But it's like, bro, man, you ain't missing shit. What the fuck are you talking about?
Right.
You talking about missing a prom? like we ain't hearing that.
Right.
You were able to tour the world and go see things that niggas that went to the prom and got some chick they don't even love no more pregnant. Or child support. And you complain. Shut the hell up. Like it's always, like you said, there's always ways to view perspective.
Man, his perspective, being a child, he heard about things and he seen things, but to them, that's what they value in the world.
Right.
So he think he's missing it.
Yeah.
When you look at the reality, especially like us men to understand, it's like, bro, you're not missing nothing.
You're not missing nothing.
You ain't missing
You ain't
nothing.
missing nothing by not going to no prom, no homecoming dance. All right, you ain't missed nothing. But it's all about perspective. So how you look at things, how you look at your family coming against you. I'm gonna hit you with this. You gotta meditate on this. Your rib might come against you in these times, not because she's not for you, but it could be a play in the spirit to protect her and your family. You gotta just be open to all perspectives until it plays all the way out. Until the spirit shows that this is what it is, you can't shut shit off. You don't have that right. Like sometimes we'll will a person out of our life. Like, I ain't with this person. Fuck it. Lord, like I ain't say that about your story. But that person is full circle, come right back in front of you. That's why when certain individuals lead a camp, we don't just we rebuke them according to doctrine. We don't just go into them as an individual because the Lord may part him on his sense. Now they back in the camp and you gotta, hey brother man, I know I said some things, man, it's a lot. Yo, just play it chill, man. Now you was done with that one? One more verse.
Verse 12. Rejoice and be exceedingly glad,
If you
for
gonna read
great
out,
is
then
your reward in heaven.
Yeah, because we're not working for the earthly gifts at this point. We're beyond this. All right? Like it says in Matthew the 6th chapter. Matter of fact, go to that real quick. Go to Matthew 6 and put your thoughts on things. You know what I'm talking about.
They are treasures of heaven.
Oh, 16, what, 16, 13?
This is
I think it's like 13.
Matthew 10, verse 34. Think not that I am come to send peace on earth. I came not to send peace, but a sword.
Yeah, read that again, brother.
Okay. This is Matthew 10, verse 34. Think not that I am come to send peace on earth. I came not to send peace, but a sword.
Yeah, keep going.
Verse 35. For I am come to set a man at variance against his father.
And various is basically a conflict, you know? Basically, father-in-law versus son-in-law. That's what the Lord came to do. So these things gotta happen for prophetic purposes. But you gotta play everything in the spirit. See, at the end of the day, we're held at a different standard. Your parents and your father, your mother, your rib, your brother, they can go off in certain things, but they don't give you an excuse to go off right with them. If your father sell you out, you can't. I pray you can't come out of your mouth and pray to the Lord, kill your father, because you know the scriptures. So we gotta be more in that spirit of letting the spirit work. Like what's the Lord really doing here? And whatever the Lord do, just go with the flow. Right? Keep going, brother.
And the daughter against her mother, and the daughter-in-law against her mother-in-law, and a man's foes shall be they of his own household.
Yeah, his own household, man. All right? The children, all right? Your aunts, uncles, man, ain't no family unity anymore. You know, that shit is dead, man. That whole, wearing the Johnson's family reunion t-shirt and shit, that shit is dead. JK thinking about watch 2020, that's gonna be the spirit of it. Niggas ain't trying to come together, niggas is gonna be exposing each other. Uncle Charlie and the family that's a pedophile, he'll get exposed. Alright? Such and such, that's the dope fiend of the family. All the dark secrets, because Jake family keeps secrets.
Yeah.
That's what's gonna cause really that variance amongst people. You weren't supposed to say that. What you talk about my man? If you got a problem with that, your mother, here your mother got a new man that's not your father. If you got a problem with my man, y'all can get out. Yeah. That's why really through the spirit you gotta, and next thing brothers just keep your shoes on. Just being in the spirit, just always be in that mind frame where your shoes is always next to you. Because if it ain't yours, shit, the Lord will try you, man. Whether it's your rib catching spirits, your mother catching spirits, your father, your brother, it's just you gotta be ready for it. But you don't act like how they act, you just, you be the bigger man.
Yeah.
Keep going.
Verse 37, he that loveth father or mother more than me is not worthy of me.
Right. Because in your anger, that's when that raw anger, that's when you do things you don't got no business doing. But if you process it through the spirit of, this is just how the Lord has this going, this is, the Lord said it's going to happen. You be like, you know what, I ain't even mad at you, Mom. I understand. And I'm speaking from experience of myself. Because we all have been in those situations with family where it's like, I ain't even mad, Mom. It's all good. And they'll apologize to you. Because they'll feel bad. Because really, a lot of times, it ain't them, it's the spirit. You can't expect you telling your mother, your father that they're Israelites, they just gonna love it. Some may. But that's your will. That's you willing the truth for somebody else. The Lord didn't say that. And Yahweh shines on a family, a lot of his family members wasn't into the truth. This is something you gotta deal with. Keep going.
And he that loveth son or daughter more than me is not worthy of me.
Yeah, because if you got children, you gotta have a daughter. Hey man, I don't put it past my daughter for going against it. Because it's prophecy. Yeah. I don't want it to happen. Just like you don't want your mother to hate you, you don't want your father to hate you. But it's part of prophecy, but you accept it better knowing that it's prophecy. These people out here, when this type of shit start to happen, where their mother come against them or their father come against them, a lot of people gonna start breaking down, crying, kill themselves, because they don't know how to handle it. Like, I just feel so alone in the world. You know, my mother's against me, my father's against me, my husband just left me, my wife just left me. And that loneliness is gonna kick in. That's what people are already feeling now. That's why they on drugs and everything else.
Yep.
You know that, brother?
Oh, that was
it on that? You got that?
Okay. Matthew 6:33. But seek ye first the kingdom of the Most High and his righteousness, and all these things shall be added
kingdom of the
unto you.
Most High? The scriptures. The scriptures is the kingdom. That's what the kingdom is. The scriptures tell us to not look there or look nor there or whatever for the kingdom, for the kingdom is within you.
Yep.
So seek the kingdom first. All right? But in the process of seeking the kingdom, these are the things you gotta do. It's prophetic. Keep going.
It says, and his righteousness, and all these things shall be added unto you.
Yeah, not when you want it to be added onto you, but when the Lord see it fit. Like the brother Kasap said in the group message the other day, he was like, man, just sometimes your prayers don't be answered when the Lord's not good. sometimes the Lord will not answer a prayer to see if you still have faith. So again, you can't will yourself. It's His will. What's in the Lord's Prayer? Let Thy will be done. Let Thy will, not my will or your will. And that's what you people in the world are going to realize. You're going to realize this is not our will. It just benefits us, but it's not our will. Our will is, the Lord's will is to destroy America. The Lord's will is to put you Edomites into captivity. The Lord's will is to give the kingdom to Yahweh Shai. That's a whole other aspect in itself too. A lot of you mad at us. That's why Yahweh Shai gonna crack them clouds. Because at the end of the day, you acting like this is for us. This is His kingdom.
That's right.
This is His planet, His everything. So, however the Lord feels fit to do it and when to do it, that's between Yahweh Shai and His Father, and we're just along for the ride.
Right.
We just in the back seat, basically. Like wherever the front seat, wherever the pilot and the co-pilot taking us, we just on the plane. Like wherever we going is we just gonna get there.
Yeah.
Right? Keep going.
Verse 34. Take therefore no thought for the morrow shall take thought for the things of itself.
And that scripture is a scripture we through the Spirit we probably gonna really get a great understanding of in 2020.
Yeah.
Because every day is, for me, and I know a lot of you brothers will second it, 2019 was really a real, the lesson I learned in 2019 was that. Don't even be thinking about tomorrow. Don't get too ahead of yourself.
Work yourself out.
You'll worry yourself out, man. You will kill your joy worrying about tomorrow.
Yep.
Read that again.
This is Matthew 6 and 34. Take therefore no thought for the morrow shall take thought for the things of itself.
Yeah, it's already written for tomorrow. So worry about you right now, and in the soon future, it ain't gonna be that extra thought of. Well, in the middle of martial law, your ass ain't gonna be thinking 6 months from now. If martial law, all hell breaks loose in the streets of America in July or in January, Jake ain't gonna be in martial law thinking about, oh, man, I can't wait till we get to July, man. July 4th. No, you're gonna be worried about, hopefully I'll be alive an hour from now. Hopefully I'll be alive at the end of the day.
They can cross the street.
We can cross the street, yeah. Things as little as crossing the street.
Shit, if we can go outside.
If you gonna go outside,
Or make it inside.
every step is gonna be a life and death situation for the most part. Because see, what Esau has done in this world is he's created this comfortability of you don't gotta worry about nothing. A false sense of hope. Like, you know, like you see this woman right here. She's not worried about anything as far as what a woman should genuinely worry about. You know, she's not worried about her security. She's worried about security right now.
Nah, you can tell the bitch just walked across the street on the green light on the cell phone. She
Exactly.
have a care in the world.
Not a care in the world. But in the times to come, man, like the brother said, you might be afraid to walk up your driveway for the fear of this death and destruction. Right?
Yep. Yep.
That's where this is going to with you. You can drop that actually. We can go back to 2nd Ezra. Right, because it's coming down to prophecy and destruction, and destruction is part of that prophecy.
Right.
Salvation is part of it too. You know, but the major thing that while we are out here to do is to warn the world of great death and destruction.
Yep.
We can't sugarcoat it. I'm sorry. If Esau, you want to throw me into a concentration camp or a jail for just saying that, then so be it. You gotta do what you gotta do, because I gotta do what I gotta do.
Mm-hmm.
It's just that simple. Like, it's prophecy, and the Lord told us to tell it. That's what a prophet does, to tell before.
Yep.
You got that?
This is 2nd Ezra, chapter 15,
Okay, come.
verse 3. Fear not the imaginations against thee.
Oh, that's a spirit. We're not afraid of the imaginations of Esau. What you think you're gonna do to each and every one of us? Because you got an Edomite right now that's somewhere that's gets his rocks off on the possibility of torturing one of us. Watching the videos and hey, I can't wait to get my hands on that.
Yep.
I probably, I got pics. How we do, how we do when we see a rib walk by. Nah, plain.
Yep.
He saw me doing the same thing with us.
Yep.
Get him. I like the way
Yep.
he think he tough. I'll break it.
Uh-huh.
Go ahead, brother.
It's an article, possibly brought one to this years back, and this is an article going into what the elites want to do with the
Christians.
The Christians. I think one of the guys' name was Michael Mahoney. I think he was the interview. I'm not sure if he was the interviewer but I remember the name. And basically, he asked a question. He was like, like, what's the end game? What's the, the concentration camps? Like, what's everything all that for? He said, we basically, like, we salivate at the fact we can't wait until we get our hands, man, on the ones that know the truth, yeah.
It's really the Israelites. They salivate at it. You watch that show Scandal. On that show, they show you that they have CIA agents that are specifically, they get off on it. It's torture. Right, keep going.
Right, you gotta be a sadistic individual to do it.
Person to do that. You got something?
Yeah, I got 128. This is Matthew 10, verse 27. What I tell you in darkness, that speak ye in light, and what ye hear in the ear, that preach ye upon the housetops. Verse 28. And fear not them which kill the body, but are not able to kill the soul, but rather fear him which is able to destroy both soul and body in hell.
That's it. Be afraid of the Lord, and that's what we put our fear in. Isaiah 33:6. The fear of the Lord is our treasure. And that's what we fear. We don't fear. Don't get me wrong. Once you get thrown in those situations, let me say this. I pray the Lord put the spirit on us to not have fear in those situations, because it's gonna be fearful. Like, I'm not gonna cap like you get thrown in a damn dark ass dungeon and you don't know where the fuck you at.
Right.
And you see this Edomite with a slicker on and some weird ass blade, and you gonna be afraid.
Yeah.
That's the flesh, but as long as your spirit is in tune with the Lord, you all right. So we don't fear Esau, man. Esau, even if you kill me, like the brother's dream, even if you kill me, the end game for us is, nigga, we still get the kingdom.
Right.
We are woke to what time it is and what everything means for us.
That's right.
And we just pray that the Lord, endures us. Right? Give us that spirit of endurance, all right? Any more to that, brother? Or was that?
Oh, that was it.
That was it. Okay, let's go back.
Second Ezra 15:3. Fear not the imagination against thee. Let not the incredulity of them trouble thee.
Yeah, the lack of faith of our people. Don't let that trouble you. If your real don't believe in the word, it's okay. Your children don't believe, it's okay. All right, because it's going to be your faith that's going to get them saved. Don't worry about your mother and your father and all these people around you that don't believe. It's okay.
It's fine.
The Lord will work a major work through the elect men, and they were going to flow into those men.
Yeah.
Because of your faith, because you got faith in Yahweh, you were able to do this miracle. They're gonna believe in you.
Right, and that's what Yahweh prayed for. When you read John the 17th chapter, he said, "I pray for them that shall believe on me through their word." So they go for the disciples back then and the disciples now, us today.
We gotta, like, again, it's something, that's a mastery thing of realizing everybody's faith is not gonna be on the same. Sometimes when a Jake do walk by, it's like, hey, Shalom. That's where his faith goddamn is. Everybody's not a prophet. Everybody's not meant to work glorious miracles in that time. Everybody's not meant to go in front of the nobles of the gates.
Yeah.
So again, it's just a matter of making sure your faith is rooted in Mashiach Yahushua.
That's right.
Don't let nobody throw your faith off. Keep going, brother.
Fear not the imagination against thee. Let not the incredulity of them trouble thee that speak against thee.
Yeah, everybody gonna start speaking against us, man. You might be one of us might be a part of a fucking popular meme.
Right, you might be a meme.
Your face and everything
you
might be a meme. Shuffling through social media.
Right.
All right? But you just got it, whatever, man. Don't be trouble, man. Don't let.
Yo, you become a meme, bro.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, man, don't let.
I might laugh at it.
Somebody laugh at it too.
Yeah, shit. You know.
All right, you see what happened with fucking Melvin and A-Town? Them niggas is full-fledged retards.
Right.
And we viral.
Right.
Shit, you might get some fucking.
I might get some back.
You might get some baddies behind that. So whatever. Like I said, it's perception, man.
Yeah,
You might be,
yeah.
oh man, fuck, man. Look at my face. I'm all over the internet. You thinking, because again, we got perspective. 2/3 is set to hate us. And they're gonna give a lot of hate to us. But that love that's gonna come from the 1/3 is gonna be, it's gonna be crazy. The love that the 1/3 got for us, the love that the 1/3 is gonna show towards each other is gonna be amazing. All right, keep on.
Verse 1, for all the unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness.
Yeah, don't lose your faith behind individuals that don't have faith. They're still gonna die in their non-faith. Romans 3, matter of fact, get that. So don't lose your faith or die behind people that are already meant to die. Don't be. You're supposed to be rooted, man. This is what the time is now. The time now is to be rooted. If you don't feel like you're rooted in the spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, which we should never feel like you're just that rooted. So that's why you got to go back to the milk. Go back to the basics. Right, you got that?
This is Romans chapter 3, verse 3. For what if some did not believe? Shall their unbelief make the faith of the Most High without effect? God forbid.
Yeah, God forbid. Hell no. That ain't going to change. The true men of the Lord's faith are not going to go weary. Go weary behind the unbelief of others. Whether your mother, your rib, your children, your grandmama,
I got some.
I don't believe in this. Okay, good
Stuff
for you.
around. How to look around.
You're wrong, but okay, good for you.
Yeah, he was putting it down.
Romans 3 and 4. God forbids. Yea, let God be true, but every man a liar, as it is written, that thou mayest be justified in thy sayings, and mightest overcome when thou art judged.
And that's why we're justified, because these are not our words.
Step in, I think.
All right, the words that we're teaching are the words of the Lord. And that's why we're justified. That's why the Lord will justify his men, because why? These are his words. We are teaching and preaching his words. We are proclaiming his words. When they roll on us, it's going to be because of his words. That's how real it is. You got something?
Okay, I got something. This is Romans 8, verse 35. Who shall separate us from the love of Yahushua? Shall tribulation or distress or persecution or famine or nakedness or peril or sword? Verse 36. As it is written, for thy sake we are killed all the day long.
Every day, man. Every day we are killed, man. This ain't living. That's why I said perspective, the silver lining. This ain't living. If you consider this living, I feel sorry for you.
Hey,
Go ahead, brother. You got
like I said, there's one thing. This rich multi-millionaire. He owned all kind of lofts and spots. I don't know, if brothers ever heard him. Grant Cardone. He was speaking about basically how the elites, federal government, basically has all the property and no point in even buying property at this point. Because, you might try to buy, you go into a 30, 40-year plan to get your mortgage or whatnot. And after that, it's a death certificate. That's what the word mortgage is going back to, mortgage, which is a death note. And he was like, really? Yeah, death pledge. He was like, really, you should be pissed off. You should be trying to figure out who the fuck is the ones that really got my money. He was like, because it's individuals that's taking all your money and it's goddamn, swindling it and doing whatever they're doing, living a life at the drop of a dime off of your expenses. And he's talking about this, and he's a multi-millionaire.
He's successful.
He's successful, talking about he's pissed off. And he said that's how the mentality of all you Americans should be. How much more us, man?
How much more us, man?
Coupled up in an apartment, 2-3 bedroom apartments, and might be 4 brothers in there, man,
Yeah. Ecclesiastes 2:17. Yeah, finish that off.
It says, well, I read it again. This is Romans 8, verse 36. As it is written, for thy sake we are killed all the day long. We are accounted as sheep for the slaughter.
we are kind of sheep, man. This ain't living. All right, this is not living. Right? We die a slow from just not even just the hell alone. Like literally, the life that we live kills us. From everything that we do, this is death. The air we breathe, the water we drink, death. All right. Just everything is death. People talking shit about you, putting death on your name, scoffing at you. No matter how you look at it, this ain't living. So why would, like, at this point, tribulation is a blessing. Come get us. Esau is just pussyfooting. You know? That's why I don't even, I mean, for the sake that the spirit of jump on me, I'm saying this. But I mean, I'm speaking from a perspective of years ago of us messaging each other. Where it'd be like, you see some trains with fucking RV, you know, fucking Humvees and shit on it. Like, hell yeah. And I don't want to say, I don't give a fuck about no RV, no Humvees and shit like that until they on Memorial Drive.
Not being carried.
Not being carried, no, rolling. All right? I don't care about no tanks until that bitch is on 20. All that moving pieces around, it just get to a point where it's like, yo, Esau, yo, you a whole ass nigga. You know, you afraid to do what you doing, and it's like you just doing all this shit, man. How many? Like that shows how. When I saw the video that the brother Yakupal put in the group, I'm like, bro, Esau called white people are afraid, man. Just do it. How much weaker do you need the American people to be before you roll? How much sicker do you need the people to be? How much weaker? How much less resources do you need us to have before you have enough confidence in your own self to make a move?
Being a dead horse.
Like,
Being the dead horse.
Come on, bro.
Esau over here, he gonna make sure you puny. And he over there like what's the old boy, Dragul or whatever from what was the name from Rocky?
Drago. Ivan Drago.
Drago, he pumping iron, got steroids, a machine.
Yeah, he got a whole, yeah.
Esau want us to be in a wheelchair all beat up. Nah, he ain't ready. We gotta beat him up some more. Right. God damn.
Life support and shit.
He wants you on full-fledged life support, ready to give the ghost up. That's when he gonna roll, man. You got something, bro?
I got something. This is Job 14, verse 5. Seeing his days are determined, the number of his months are with thee. Thou hast appointed his bounds that he cannot pass.
Yeah, read that again. That's a good point.
This is Job 14, verse 5. Seeing his days are determined.
And that's what you, again, Esau, and you're media. Because everything is all now about putting bad media on the Israelites. Listen, the Lord said your days are appointed. You had a beginning point and you had an end point, according to prophecy. Not because of us. Like I was talking to this Jake yesterday, and I said, Jake, the minds of the Israelites, our people, it's so shallow and small-minded. Like we look at situations like now the elite of Jacob, how the Lord is training our minds to be, is we see a system. Like even how we look at how our enemy is set up, we know through scriptures that what? The beast system. We look at things systematically now. That's why we don't lose our mind over one homeless Jake. Yeah. We have a bigger mind frame. And that's what our people fail to realize. See, Esau, you don't realize that your time is appointed, and Jake don't either. That's why Jake, with the shallow mind, what do they want to do? They want to gather together, and I asked them, like, what you going to do? You going to kill a mayor? What about a senator? A president? Who? Which Edomite of this system you going to take out? That's why you Edomites trying to paint this picture that, like, we're violent, like Vocal Malone. No, we're not violent because we understand this is a systematic slavery. This is Maze Runner on 1,000.
Hell yeah.
We can't just bang, like run up on the right Edomite and freedom.
Right, and that's it.
Like, no. We gotta, that's why the scriptures say that there shall not a root be left of Esau, man.
Right.
Root nor branch.
Keep going, bro.
The number of his months are with thee. Thou hast appointed his bounds that he cannot pass.
Yeah, you can't pass the bounds of the Lord. Not the bounds of you can't pass the bounds, not the bounds of the Israelites, the bounds of the power of the Israelites. Because we have a boundary. Right? Keep going.
Oh,
that was it on that? Go ahead, bro.
This is Acts 5 and verse 38. And now I say unto you, refrain from these men and let them alone. For if this counsel of work be of men, it will come to naught.
That's right.
But if it be of the Most High, ye cannot overthrow it.
Because this is of the Most High. Like again, this is beyond individually. Individually, this is not about me just getting the hell out of hell, man. This is about us as a nation. We're fighting for the elect's sake. That's why it says in 2 Timothy 2:10, Paul said, I endure all things for the elect's sake. Paul gave us a lot of examples of saying he put the nation, or I should say the elect of the nation of Israel, before himself.
Right.
Hell, Paul died and said, hey, really, I'd rather not even be here in the flesh. But I'll suffer here.
Right.
That was something, he lived a sufferous, that's the word, a sufferous life.
Yeah, miserable life.
Yeah, miserable.
A miserable life. Read that.
Next branch of the military.
I just did a lesson. Yeah, they actually approved it yesterday. They signed it up. They said, hey,
Okay, they approved it yesterday. I remember they drew it up before the impeachment. And then kind of the impeachment kind of took over the, the whole
Yeah,
talk.
the impeachment
But
was
then
a
Friday, that's
distraction.
when they, because I was, yeah.
This impeachment's nothing but a big damn distraction.
That's all.
What the hell was that in the sky here in Georgia? You had
Yeah.
that rocket that shot across the sky.
On the
here.
SpaceX. They
SpaceX.
tested it because Esau knows his time is coming. Like what the brother just read about Job 14. He got a short time. He got a short time. He got bounds he can't pass.
Yeah.
He's seen things in the heavens.
Dreams.
He dreams. He knows his acting. Yeah. Look again. Are we doing this? Are we doing the chariot sightings in the sky?
Right.
Can you put that charge on me? You Israelite, you a black Hebrew Israelite, and we're gonna charge you for these beings that are flying around
Right.
in the heavens. I guess that's our fault. Right. Hey, put that charge on me.
Hell yeah. Anything, goddamn.
Right. He gives way too much credit.
I love
Got them summoning aliens from different dimensions.
Yeah, that's a new one.
Put it on us. All right. But you
How much
can't.
time you get for that?
Hey, how much time we get for that? What kind of fine we gonna get for that? All right, Esau. But Esau, your time is up. That ain't got nothing to do with us. I'm sorry. I know it's like, I know it's tough. It's tough. You look at Trump. He's getting. You look at him. It's like, damn. You start getting that spirit. Like, damn. Is he trying to do the right thing for the American people? So what? Ain't none of this got nothing to do with us, man. I am an Israelite from the tribe, one of the tribes of Judah, not the tribes of Judah. I'm one of the Israelites from the 12 tribes of Israel, right? And I'm a regular ass man here in America. I barely make money. I can barely pay my bills. I can barely keep food on my plate. You see what I'm saying? Like this is the truth about us.
That's right. We're open just as much as we are on the on these videos. This is us. This is our life.
Right. We're in the struggle. So how are you gonna paint us as anything more than just? Are we bums or are we terrorists?
Right. Like what are we?
I don't know. When I look at these terroristic groups, it takes a lot of money to do that.
Right.
When they finance these terrorist groups, here they got a big problem with terrorists. The major terrorist organizations that exist in America played a key role in keeping them fluctuating and going, man.
Al Qaeda, ISIS, all these groups.
Al Qaeda, ISIS, the Mexican cartels.
Taliban.
What about
Taliban.
Operation Fast and Furious, where they actually funded guns and they gave guns to the Mexican cartel on the streets, trying to link them to basically trying to figure out the big guy in the mist. You can actually look that up. That's documented. That's documented.
That's on Wikipedia now.
Yeah.
Fast and Furious.
Yeah,
Operation Fast and Furious. Yeah.
So through the Spirit, like I said, this is not a work of man. This is all of the Heavenly Father. The very fact for us to be able to push a word to the four corners of the earth, and we barely at this very moment right now, between all these men right here, I bet, man, between all of us, we couldn't even shake together $1,000 without it causing some strain.
Right.
yeah, it's
Right. Without like
all these men right
shit.
here, we say right now, hey brother, we got to go with 1,000 right now.
Right.
It gonna be some brothers
I got five.
I got five. Right. I got five.
I
You
know
right.
five.
Fuck me till next week.
Right.
It's gonna be all kind of borrowing, and robbing
Right.
Peter to pay Paul.
That's
Yep.
it.
Yep.
But on one sense, you want us to see us as terror, bro. I could not afford a handgun.
We can't afford
Right,
to
we can't
terrorize
afford-
going out
right.
our way. We work too goddamn hard.
Right. You can't
Outside
afford
of
it.
doing this work and our physical jobs, that's our full occupation.
Right.
Because they ain't got times for secondary aliases and create pipe bombs and all
Right.
that bullshit,
And
man.
secret hideouts and
that's,
shit.
That's a job,
Bro, we
man.
got secret hideouts and shit somewhere. And, man, get the fuck out of here.
That's just
Oh,
hard.
there's people here. Right, man.
Yeah.
We ain't got it, man. All right, so we can finish up.
I got something too. Well, you go ahead.
Yeah, you go.
You go ahead with your hand.
Go ahead.
This is Job 18,
Let's continue.
verse 11. Terror shall make him afraid on every side. It shall drive him to his feet.
Yeah, because you Edomites, you're having to pay attention now. And we're not talking about honey boo boo and I mean, we ain't talking about you low level Edomites. We're talking about you Edomites that understand the system. Because a lot of you low level Edomites, you're worse than niggas, man.
We
they
ain't even worried
caring
about
about it.
low-level Jews, man.
Oh, yeah.
Right. Who's nobody worried about a deli and
And then like, right.
everybody's what the fuck?
Some
Goddamn.
fucking kosher deli. Man.
Right.
Selling bagels.
Kosher deli selling pork.
Eating the pork.
We ain't thinking about them.
Right.
We're thinking about, like you said,
Jew.
those upper echelon Amalekites.
Right.
All right. We ain't thinking about like we ain't thinking about no fucking Amalekites that live over there in North Druid Hills and those are low level Jews, man.
They're just as duped as everybody else is.
Thank you. Just because you got a little synagogue, because a lot of these low level Jews, they don't understand the witchcraft involved in Judaism.
Yeah, they don't understand.
They just doing it because it gives them Friday night to Saturday night off.
Right.
You know what
Right.
Scripture says, the deceived and the deceiver are his.
Right. Yep.
They're just low-level minions just following blindly, man.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and it's levels to devils. That's the thing about it.
Levels to devil.
If they actually knew the devilish shit that were going in their organization, then they would actually, some of them will probably fucking try to get away from that shit.
Yeah.
You know, you have even like in masonry, they don't really tell you like those low-level masons that you might see with the little Masonic tags on their license plate. They
Low
ain't,
level. Yeah, they ain't nobody.
they ain't know nobody, man.
Firefighter. They don't know.
Right. That nigga's
The depths of Satan, like it says in all. What's that?
a a Pee Wee football coach.
Yeah, man. He,
You know.
Coach of Pop Warner. You know? But like we said, that's just through the spirit. We just focusing on prophecy and really do what we gotta do, and whatever comes with it, it is what it is. Because Esau, we know your move, we know what you got left, and really through the spirit, if you listening, your best bet is to hurry up and do what you gotta do. Because every day that you delay this, you are losing your spiritual power.
Yep.
You're losing that might.
Mhm.
Those curses is coming on you where the curses say there shall be no might in your hand. When you go to hit us, you ain't gonna have no might. It's like the giant when you stop, he starts out like 30 feet tall and then he shrinks.
Mhm.
Oh, that's it.
Yeah, and then you look down at him and he think he gonna do something to you. That's you, Esau.
Well, when you watch the second edition of it, if brothers seen it, they figured out his powers. Which his powers was he played upon fear. And what they started doing, they started belittling him. And that's what we doing through the spirit. We're belittling Esau. And every time they was cussing him out, you fucking clown, you nothing but all the kids, chewing his ass out. The more that they was cussing him out, he started getting smaller and small, because he was big as hell. He had fucking claws and menacing teeth and shit like that. But the more they cussed him out, he turned into a little baby, man. A literal infant. And that's Esau, man, because we breaking him down from the inside out. In his system, we condemning it. You know?
Mhm. That's the Wizard of Oz. That's the old Wizard of Oz thing. You peel back the curtain. You know, fucking big and scary fucking monster. That's a goddamn fucking little old man, little shrimp, little small fry.
You going to finish. I'm trying. Whoever's coming up.
Job 18, verse 12. His strength shall be hunger bitten, and destruction shall be ready at his side. Verse 13. It shall devour the strength of his skin, even the firstborn of death shall devour his strength. Verse 14. His confidence shall be rooted out of his tabernacle, and it shall bring him to the king of terrors.
So it says it's going to bring him to the king of terror. So eventually everything that this man is trying to do, what's going to happen is it's going to bring him to meet wrath of the Lord. Okay? Yahweh Shah he's doing the same thing to Esau that he did to Pharaoh in Egypt. Okay? Build up his pride. Okay? Oh, they got information and knowledge and wisdom, but we got our agents, we got our disinformation. Put out. Or they got organized groups, okay, or we gonna infiltrate their groups. So whatever they come with, you know, eventually it's gonna lead to them getting destroyed by the Most High. You know? Like the brother said, the more they try to delay their judgment, they're losing power, but they're also building up to more wickedness that they're doing. So what's going to happen? The Heavenly Father, he's going to bring them down. Matter of fact, look at Revelation 18:4. And can I get Obadiah and start at the top? But you finish out there.
This is Job 18, verse 15. It shall dwell in his tabernacle because it is none of his. Brimstone shall be scattered upon his habitation. Verse 16.
Right, and that's the nuclear missiles. The nuclear missiles is what's going to destroy the habitation of Esau, which is America, and really other parts of the earth as well, but mainly America. All right, America's going to be totally destroyed. Go ahead.
This is Job 18.
That's the fire and brimstone, not the volcanic ash and the sulfur that's going to, give the food and carbon smoke, not the Vesuvius, and not say that. The fire and brimstone is going to rain down on
This is Job 18, verse 16. His roots shall be dried up beneath, and above shall his branch be cut off.
Oh, it said his roots shall be dried up, and his branch shall be cut off. They on that verse?
Yep.
Okay, cool.
This is Job 18, verse 17. His remembrance shall perish from the earth, and he shall have no name in the street.
Ooh, your remembrance is going to perish from the earth, and you're not going to have no name in the streets. Okay? Nobody's going to, hey, like I watched the movie Troy the other day. I did a video on it too, but it's no one will remember you. Yeah. No one's going to remember you. When the little boy, because who was it, Achilles wasn't at the army, and when some kings were going to fight, so they sent a messenger boy to go find him. And he was asking Achilles all kinds of questions when he finally found him. And he said, he asked him a question. And then Achilles was like, well, nobody's going to remember you. You know? Nobody's going to remember Esau. Nobody's going to remember Babylon the Great. They're going to know that it existed. But nobody's going to remember you and your glory. You know? People, look, hey, 1,000 years into the slavery, after you've done away with, these heathen are going to have a hard time believing you existed. You're like a myth. You know? You're going to have a mythbusters in the kingdom. That Esau really exists. You know?
Yeah.
But go from there, go to Malachi. Malachi 1. No, matter of fact, because
I'll call you around.
Malachi 4.
This is Malachi 4, verse 1. For behold, the day cometh that shall burn as an oven, and all the proud, and all that do wickedly shall be stubble.
That's right. And that's Esau. That's the wicked.
I think it's
okay. And that's 2/3 of Israelites as well. Okay. The majority of the wicked of Israel, they're going to be burnt up along with Esau, because you don't believe in the words of what the prophets are saying. So you're going to be destroyed as well. Go ahead.
And the day cometh, and the day that cometh shall burn them up, saith the Lord Yahweh of hosts, that it shall leave them neither root nor branch.
It's going to leave you neither root nor branch. That day is coming. It's not here yet. You can't go into the history and find where Malachi the 4th chapter came to pass. No, the day that's coming, that shall burn as an oven with the lamp of the Father. Now remember, he thinks on the universal scale.
Yep.
Okay. And on the planetary scale,
Galactic scale.
yeah, you know, no planetary type event of the Earth just being on fire and burnt up has happened in history. That's a day to come. That's prophecy. You know, but somebody has to speak these things. So we are here telling you what is going to befall you in the last days. Okay. All right.
This is Job 20, verse 5. That the triumph of the wicked is short, and the joy of the hypocrite but for a moment. Verse 6. Though his excellency mount up to the heavens, and his head reach unto the clouds, yet he shall perish forever like his own dung.
And that can only be talking about Esau, man.
Right.
Because no other nation's head has reached the heavens.
Literally. Esau, the fly planes and all that. No, the Africans didn't do that. The Chinese didn't do that. No, that was so-called white man. He did it.
Who got a sixth branch of the military?
Yeah.
Yeah, process of elimination. Shit, it sure as hell ain't no goddamn. Them Polynesians ain't got no goddamn space force.
Yeah. And who always boasts about landing on the moon? The so-called white man. The other nations, you don't hear. What they say? Was the Neil Armstrong? You don't hear about no Zhao Zhao landed on the moon. You know, somebody from the fucking some Chickovich landed on the moon. Yeah, it's Chinese or African. What African? You know. Only Esau. Esau boasts on that type of like you said, intergalactic level, man. They're the only ones that boast and brag that they could take out the Mosaic. You know, you watch these military movies and you'll see UFOs, and Esau be kicking all kind of ass, man. He's what's that movie with Rihanna? With the UFOs. Battleship. And all you got. What's the other joint with Tom Cruise? Was it Tom? War of Worlds. You know, Esau be kicking ass and taking names in those movies. Like, goddamn, these chariots came down unprepared, man.
Yeah.
You know?
It'll literally make it seem like a human can take down a chariot, like someone like us, or some big, powerful ass, nigga out there can literally just get an AK-47, go into a chariot.
And if you shoot enough time, that shit explode.
Yeah.
What's that movie with the kids?
Oh, the one that just came out.
No.
Oh.
It's like last summer.
On Netflix.
Yeah, where the dude was like, this
Rim of the World, I think.
Yeah, Rim of the World.
Yeah.
Like, some kids saved the day.
Oh, yeah.
He saw the devil, man.
I used to love them. Hey, when the only kids is gonna say the day, so to speak.
Dirty ass
Children
boys,
of
girl,
Israel.
some shit like that.
The children of Israel is gonna say the word of the elect. That's it.
Yeah.
That's the only key you getting out of that.
This is Amos 9:8. Behold, the eyes of the Lord power are upon the sinful kingdom, and I will destroy it off the face of the whole earth. It's like I will destroy it from off the face of the earth, saying that I will not utterly destroy the house of Jacob, said the Lord.
That's right. That's right. So the Lord's going to destroy America for his wickedness, for his evil. Okay? Get Obadiah.
I got stuff too.
Start at the top. Okay, he got it. No. Because brother read no, I said that the Lord is going to take this place down. Okay? As soon as Esau thinks that he's going to, like they say, he's touched the heavens, his head has touched the clouds. Doesn't really follow him, bring him down.
Alright? This is Obadiah in the first verse. The vision of Obadiah, thus saith the Lord of power concerning Edom. We heard a rumor from the Lord, and an ambassador is sent among the heathen. Arise ye, and let us rise up against her in battle.
That's right. So what's going to happen is Edom is going to be have a whole lot of enemies, man. And his main enemy that he's putting up right now is the heavenly Father.
Behold, I have made thee small among the heathen, thou art greatly despised. Pride of thy heart hath deceived thee.
So everybody see it, the downfall of the so-called white man's kingdom. All these nations are starting to hate and despise him, keeping him, at bay. Won't want to do too much. We want to get our own stuff. You might be doing this, okay?
Thou that dwellest in the cliff of the rock.
Caucasian, that's what he's talking about. Caucasian folks.
It says, whose habitation is high, that said in his heart, who shall bring thee down to the ground?
Right, that's what we're talking about. That's the mindset of the East. Who shall bring us down? That's why we're going to have a Space Force. That's why we're going to have the strongest Air Force. That's why we're going to have the greatest military.
Yeah.
Who's going to bring us down to the ground? What military can stand against us? Terrorists. Terrorists. Okay? That's why Bush was so proud to declare the war on terror. Because that's Esau. Who's going to try to take us down?
Yeah.
You know?
They have the emblem of Lady Liberty. You know, she has the torch, which that represents Esau basically being the bearer of the light, Lucifer. You know, which Lucifer is really not even a bad term if you do your research. It just means bearer of the light or light bearer. You know, and if you want to go deep in the scriptures, it was Isaiah 14 that represents Nebuchadnezzar, but really Yahushua is the bearer of the light. So Esau basically says that he covers the light in the world of darkness. You know, that was given to him by the French Orient Masons. You know, that was a present. Yeah, the Statue of Liberty. You know, but like you said, that goes back to Esau both and his braggadociousness, his bullshit bravado that he presents and pushes out to the masses of the people. Like he's the shit. His nation is the shit.
Verse 4. Though thou exalt thyself as the eagle, and though thou sit thy nest among the stars.
Right, though Esau exalts himself as the eagle, he puts himself in a lofty, high position. He has the final say. That's why he can sanction whatever country he wants to sanction. Okay? They have to go according to his rules and his stipulations. All right? And if you come against him, that's treason. All right? He exalts himself just as high as the eagle flies. Okay? And his symbol is the eagle. Go ahead.
This will I bring thee down, saith the Lord.
This will I bring thee down. So as soon as Esau starts to nestle himself in the heavens, whether it be weaponry, whether it be military aircraft, okay, the Heavenly Father, he's going to bring you down, because that's your pride. You exalt yourself, okay? They don't give the Most High no credit.
Hey, and that octopus, just like the captain was saying, that eagle getting caught up from that octopus, that's symbolic, man. You know, showing that Esau's biting off more than he could chew, because I think he was coming down trying to grab the octopus and he got caught up in the tentacles of him, man.
Oh, is the video on that?
Yeah, it's a video. It just recently came out. And he was finna drown it, that octopus finna...
Somebody came to save that eagle.
Yeah, they saved that eagle. You know?
That's the demons deceiving themselves. People are going to say, wake up from that dream.
Hell yeah.
You're in trouble.
Goes back to the pride of our heart that deceive them. They deceiving themselves. What the scriptures say, your own vain opinion, right? He thinks, I can shoot down chariots. I can do this. I run the world. I can kill whoever I please.
Well, that's a complex. That's a complex. If you tell a lie so many times, you're going to believe it to be true. If you tell somebody you're fat, you can tell a skinny person they're fat so many times, and they're going to start to believe they're fat, man. That's where you get bulimics and anorexics and shit, They start to develop complexes. And Esau is that, though. But the truth is, we telling the truth. We're not just telling you a beast and you a caveman. We coming out straight out of the book of Obadiah. That's your book. That's the narration of that book. That's if that was a picture pop-up book, it would be.
That was a picture pop-up book, bro.
all of Edomite's history.
Hell yeah.
It's biggest paper gonna pop up.
Yeah.
Mr. Burns.
Yeah.
God. This is Revelation 18, verse 5. For her sins have reached unto heaven, and the Most High had remembered her iniquities.
Right, so now the Most High is looking at you. Okay, he sees all your iniquities. Now, this wickedness that you've been building up over the last few hundred years. I'm just talking about just America. The Heavenly Father, He sees that now. Okay, because of what you're doing to His people, right? But now you get to a point where you get ready to touch His anointing, touch His prophets. But He said, do them no harm. So now that you're trying to, wipe Israel out, now the Heavenly Father is going to make a move, right? The Lord, He's going He's going to use these so-called UFOs to start zapping people, right? He's going to use different spirits to attack you, and leaks in your dreams.
Yeah.
Okay? You're going to meet the King of Terror soon, man. All right? And that's because your sins are reached unto heaven. You read it again?
This is Revelation 18, verse 5. For her sins have reached unto heaven, and the Most High had remembered her iniquities.
Right, so he's
trash
your
in space, too.
You thought He forgot.
Yeah.
What was that? Psalms the 50th chapter. Thou thoughtest that I was all together one as thyself. Okay, you thought that the Heavenly Father was on your side because of what our people did to rebel against the Lord. But then the prophecy says that Scripture says that the punishment of our iniquity is accomplished. So now and that's in Lamentations where He said, "I shall now visit Edom for that, for their sins." So now you got to get judged just as much as we got judged. You're not off the hook, man. Okay?
That's some accountability for the first time in your existence,
Okay.
Esau.
That's the last time that he's going to be remembered. The Heavenly Father going to remember you just to destroy you. Okay? Is it in that verse?
I got some too.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, Job 20:4. Knowest thou not this of old, since man was placed upon earth, that the triumphing of the wicked is short, and the joy of the hypocrite but for a moment?
Right, the joy of the hypocrite, which is Esau, because he don't practice what he preach. I was with one of the brothers at the house the other day, and we was watching that Hebrew Israelite who nobody knows who's on that news after the whole country.
Oh, yeah.
And we basically asked him, would you call that hate? Calling people pedophiles and rappers and all of that? And, my point is, Esau tries to paint the picture that what we're saying to him is hate. Because of the intensity and the power in which we say it, the tone in which we say it. Because he's a weak-minded individual, a weak-minded people. So he said, oh, is that not hate? No, that's facts, man. You are a bunch of pedophiles. You are a bunch of murderers.
Robbing, killing, and pillaging.
Robbing and killing and pillaging. No, that's not hate. That's called an expose.
You have a day.
Hate is what you did to our people. Hate is telling us that you believe in the Bible, and then based off of your own discretion, you murder a so-called black woman because she drops 2 or 3 eggs off a chicken coop during the time of slavery. That's hypocrisy. Okay? That's being a hypocrite. But they'll try to persecute us and try to make us look bad. Is that not hate? No, that's facts, man.
Just truth and boldness.
That's right. It's just true. Period.
Yeah, and when you're dealing with the emotion of hate, it's something that's detestable that you abhor. And we go into all the ill wills of this so-called white man, which his sheet is fucking long as hell. That's why we always bring out more accounts week by week of the wickedness that you've done and that you're currently doing, man. You have pending iniquity, man. You have backed up iniquity that we ain't even spoke on yet, man.
Some of it we don't even know, man.
Some of it we don't know. Next week, it's still going to be a slew of things that we got to bring out through the spirit of Yahweh Shai, man. And like I said, these ain't things we just speculating. And let's lie on Esau. This week, let's just say some shit. Nah, we go out, we bring out full evidence of the wickedness of these kingdoms, man. It's not just here in America. It's all over the goddamn world. But the main culprit is the so-called white man pursuing the Job 9 and 24. You got it. What you go ahead. What you?
Oh, I'm about to back up your point too, because everything through the spirit. Well, in the scriptures, the Lord is angry. All right, he's angry on what's going on. He wants you to crack his neck. All right. So through the spirit, of course, the men of the Lord, all right, we're willing to be a part of that number, but we're going to be angry too through the spirit. Of course, we got to hold back a lot, but spiritually, we're angry.
Right. And look, you can't misinterpret anger for hate. That's not hate. We're angry. Okay. The scripture says that what's that? Ecclesiastes 7:7. Show them the impression of the wise man. Yeah. You make the wise man mad. Okay? Oppression making the wise man mad. We're wise men. We understand the environment that we're living in, the system that we're under, and that it's a system of death. And that makes you angry because just as much as you do want to love and promote life, you can't because you're stuck in a cycle of repeating disenfranchisement, constantly being trodden down. All right, it's hard to be like that.
It's a demonic glitch, man.
Right, it's a demonic society. It's based off of evil energy.
A perpetual curse.
You know,
and the curse isn't just hovering over us. Really, the curse of this system, man. I mean, it is hovering over us through the spirit, but it's not just like, all right, you're cursed. Nah, you live within this curse, man. It don't matter if you go from here. You could go to Hollywood. You go to the top, upper echelons, Edomite headquarters, where these devils live on a high horse, and you're still cursed, man. They still gonna look down upon you, because like we said, it's a system, man, and it's designed to hate us. It's programmed to hate. Just like when you before you actually have a computer up and running, you have what's the tech guys that are over the computer department building them up, putting Yeah, you have software engineers, and their whole job is to engineer and create software and to intricately design programs, and that's the embodiment of the computer. Now the cosmetics and the outer framework, to make it look pretty and glistening, that's what gets the eyes of people. But the main thing of the job, the value of the computer is the software.
That's right.
That's what's embedded within it. In the main core of, like you said, you see the buildings, you see the allure, you see the attraction, the cars, the model work. That's the cosmetics. That's the aesthetics or the prettiness of the system. We talking about the software. What is this place? What's pumping in the system? What's keeping the blood flowing, man? Wickedness, evil. Yeah, and it's built upon race. When America's frame was established, it was framed upon slavery, man. Cash crops, Jake's busting their ass to work and till aggressively to build the system up, and it was all kind of programs, like I said before, embedded in place to keep us low, to keep us always knowing or believing that we ain't shit, man. We're inferior. And it still is in us unto this day. That Woody Lynch letter, that program that he had put out, he said it was to last 400 plus years, and that was what, the 1600s or something like that, when he wrote that book,
because he knew how to break the software of us.
That's it.
The second Ezra 15, I'm gonna start at verse 6. For wickedness have exceedingly polluted the whole earth.
Right, that's the software. Wickedness is the software that's been programmed in this world. Okay? Go ahead.
And the hurtful works are fulfilled.
And you see the manifestation of wickedness. Okay? What do you get? You get IG hoes and fucking trap mixtapes. That's the evil works being fulfilled. Because that's a wicked and destructive lifestyle.
Hell yeah.
Feminism, white supremacy, all of that is a hurtful evil work that's being fulfilled in the earth. So it has to be put out. It has to be stopped.
Yeah.
That's why the Lord said He remembered the iniquities and the sins of Esau. Okay.
Yeah, and if Esau was really on his job, if he was a real cop, you know, like back in Israel, you would have officers. You know, they're not like your officers today, but the office of a man was to, or a cop, you know, somebody that would actually have authority, the authoritarians, so to speak, the ones that would enforce law enforcement, so to speak. They would enforce laws upon witches. They would enforce laws upon you know, women that are try to, you know, finagle men and things of that nature. Any type of wickedness that goes on, you know, adulterers, adulteresses, they would be put to death. And in today's society, you know, that's the main occupations that people covet the most. A woman could be a witch. She could be a like Instagram. That's witchcraft, man. How they seduce you, and they always keeping you, baiting you in through lingerie and things of that nature. And it's not like they're trying to have sex with you. You know, they're not trying to present their body unto you so that they can actually be with one man. They expose themselves to multiple men for the fact of generating revenue. And if the so-called white man was a real upright man, he shut all that bullshit down, man. Because he know it breeds nothing but wickedness. And that breeds complexes within men.
Yeah.
That breeds certain self-esteem, mental inadequacies within men. That's why rape is at an all-time high. You know, that's why certain men have levels of insecurity. Well, why? You know, you're supposed to be a man. Well, the product of it comes from women. It's a balance, man. It goes both ways. Everything affects another, whether directly or indirectly. It don't matter if you're a man or if you're a woman. The things that men do affect women. The things women do affect men. It affects children. It affects everything. Affects it's itself, one of the or another. And the so-called white man knows that, man. He's a master of psychology, sociology. You know, he's a master of the human soul. That's how he knows how to manipulate it, man.
That's why it says in Revelation 18 that this is the home. It is where the souls of men.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
That's right.
This is Isaiah 47, verse 9. But these two things shall come to thee in a moment, in one day. The loss of children and widowhood, they shall come upon thee in their perfection. For the multitude of thy sorceries and the great abundance of thy enchantments. Verse 10.
And that's what they do. Okay? They're trying to gather up the last little bit of
Anybody that helps you over, he just moved along.
That's why you see a lot of these celebrities drop dead, because Satan got to collect them souls. A lot of these people, a lot of these celebrities got high energy. They're heavy spirits. Because you gotta remember, being a fan of somebody, they're worship. So they get a lot of that energy from the people. So by Satan coming to collect those souls, so
that's it, right?
Oh. Sanctioning their death through, you know, their ritual with Satan, and that means all that power goes to the elite.
He might as well go and stay.
So that's them gaining more and more energy to try to go to these demons and try to keep this thing going. Okay, going to the witchcraft. Go ahead.
This is Isaiah 47, verse 10. For thou hast trusted in thy wickedness. Thou hast said, none seeth me. Thy wisdom and thy knowledge, it hath perverted thee.
Right. So you think
Devil said, none seeth me.
You think 40 years at least the Illuminati thought nobody was watching? No, the angels were always watching, the Lord. And then in the advent of the internet, over the years, over the decades, more and more information has gotten exposed. To the point now, we can come out here boldly and expose everything you're doing. Mm-hmm. Your power was in the secrecy. Your power was in the darkness, all right? Your power was being hid, okay? But now it's perverted you and it's being exposed, and now you're losing that influence. Okay? Go ahead.
And thou hast said in thine heart, I am, and none else beside me. Verse 11. Therefore shall evil come upon thee. Thou shalt not know from whence it riseth.
That's a God complex. Where they said that I am, and there's none beside me. You know, when you read what's that Exodus was that 6 and 4? where he asked him the name of the Most High replied, "I am that I am." Now, of course, we know, different person presentations. It means he to be, but in that context, he said, "I am," meaning I exist. I am he. The Most High. And for the so-called white man to say, "I am," and there is none beside me, he has a God complex, man.
That's right. But because really, the true gods of the earth, the true gods of the earth are the Israelites. Okay? Esau is not really naturally a god. He's not a natural power.
Nah.
He's an artificial power. That's why he has
Did you see that new
his trust in his technology.
God so different.
Because that is what
Something
when,
like
we made
I posted one about the spider god, some shit like that. I never seen this shit. I ain't watching it. I don't know what it's about. I think it's something like different gods.
Right?
Idols and shit like that.
Basically,
I think people
saying that he has the power
showing that
to
it's gods
destroy
on
people
earth.
and destroy
It's
them.
different people. How you had like Greek gods.
Their technology through their
They got
weapons.
different gods.
That's how
Unbreakable type shit.
Esau's claim to
Yes.
fame, his claim to his miracles, are his technology.
Yeah.
His technological
science.
advancements, his
Science.
science. His ability to go into a molecule and combine it with another molecule and split the atom and go into this genome and splice it with these genes and make a whole another, creature, things like that's his claim to fame. That's his miracles. And that's what these people are going to latch on to. That's what the brothers reading. That's them getting that last bit of demonic rituals going.
Yeah.
Before the Heavenly Father burns them all to hell.
Yeah, that's why he kept all those German scientists. What was that, after World War II? A lot of those German scientists came to America. They say a lot of them got dropped off in South America, Venezuela. But they was, a lot of them was doing the work outside the country for Esau, man.
Well, what those scientists were doing, those were the scientists that was experimenting on Jake, giving the syphilis, Tuskegee, experimenting and stuff. Because they were, it was more than just building bombs. They was making the microchip, creating computers, tapping into certain things in secrecy. But now it's being exposed, man. And now the Heavenly Father, he's getting ready to put your light out, like it says in Job.
Yes.
This is Isaiah 47, verse 11. Therefore shall evil come upon thee, thou shalt not know from whence it riseth, and mischief shall fall upon thee, thou shalt not be able to put it off, and desolation shall come upon thee suddenly, which thou shalt not know.
That's right, that's nuclear destruction. It's going to come upon you. You're going to think that that you can win this war. You're going to think that you got these nations in a trick bag, and you got this new world order sold up. You think you got the game on lock, and what's going to happen is somebody from the underground is going to come up and take your spot, and that's going to be the elected Israel. They're going to come out of nowhere, claim the throne, and be the new kings. Okay? But first you're going to have to be destroyed. Okay? Go ahead.
Okay. This is Isaiah 47, verse 12. Stand now with thine enchantments, and with the multitude of thy sorceries, wherein thou hast labored from thy youth. If so be, thou shalt be able to profit. If so be, thou mayest prevail.
Right, if so be, thou mayest prevail. Yeah. Try your keep pushing your holidays, keep adding more holidays. Witchcraft too. Sickly Day.
National Hamburger Day was the other day.
Yeah, because
Popsicle Day and Lollipop Day and shit.
Tap more into this magic and witchcraft to get these people's mind on
National Donut Day.
National Donut Day and National Dollar Day. All these national days.
America played out, man.
Yeah.
Now people just make up for social media.
For a hashtag.
You know what I'm saying? It's hashtags.
You didn't need all that bullshit back in the day. Christmas, Thanksgiving, Halloween,
Valentine's Day, that was enough.
that was
Right,
enough,
that was
man.
enough.
Those days they was live from the movies. You be on around Halloween, you be watching them movies all goddamn month, man.
Jingle all the way.
Yeah. Really, Christmas was like November, December, man.
Yeah.
The energy of Christmas, man. Hell, right now, people ain't even really in the Christmas spirit. Christmas ain't booming like that now, man. That's why he said, like you said, that's why they gotta create all these different holidays to keep Jake high up. You know, Jake can't, like you will watch or you'll see drug addicts. They'll start with one drug and they'll build a tolerance of it. So they what they say it's a gateway. Certain drugs open gates to others, and it's because you basically get tired of the drug, and you, like I said, you build some tolerance. So now you got to take 4 or 5 different drugs to maintain your high. And it's the same thing in the system. People's high is going down from just Christmas, Halloween, that same old Charlie Brown bullshit. You know, these holiday series and things of that nature.
Parades and shit.
Yeah, parades and shit.
But shit,
Yeah, Home Alone.
They gotta revive that demon E.T. and give him a new Christmas special just because that's an actual demon too.
Yeah, goddamn demon.
There's something that fucking scene
Soft,
where
man.
you had a dream about it or some shit. You know, they bring his ass back on the damn stage. You know, because they gotta fucking tap
This
more.
man
into
walking
the,
this shit like it's a fucking wrong way, man.
Satan is requiring more power. Okay, you want the kingdom to stand? You gotta feed me your soul. You gotta get more respect. You gotta kill a lot more celebrities. You know what I'm saying? You gotta do a lot more. Okay? Go ahead.
I know these celebrities working their ass off behind the scenes, man.
What?
Like, god damn, man, I just did this ritual.
Yeah.
How much more blood do I gotta drink? That's why they bugging out. That's why they like, man, fuck it, man. You know what? That's why Bow Wow's like, fuck it, man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You know, they talk about demons. Yeah. You know, you sell your soul for this stuff.
Yeah, you say yourself.
You know? Shit.
Hell, I just watched this video, not to cut you off, just going into the soul selling and how these Jakes got to work overtime and stuff, you know, keep these spirits. I just watched this video with, it was on Vlad, this little new up-and-coming rap nigga, Youngin Ace or something. But he was speaking about how he got shot 8 times. Now he got shot 8 times and he was in the car with his brother and shit, and them niggas got killed. I think like 3 of them got killed. They just basically wiped their shit out. He was the only one survived. So he was like, you know, do you got survival's guilt? Whoop-de-whoop. You know, how you feel about the situation? You know, because a lot of people put the blame on him. He was like, really, you know, I was raising up. And basically he said it vaguely, but he was like, man, when you start growing in this you know, growing in this industry, you know, it takes sacrifice. He said it just like that. He was like, man, he said, I seen how I was growing, and it was like, you want to get somewhere, you're gonna have to lose something. And he basically said that, you know, they were a sacrifice, man.
Yeah.
Whether he chose them to be or not, it was like, yo, you want to get here, all right, you're gonna have to lose something to get there.
See, sometimes they let you choose, and sometimes you don't know. A lot of times you don't know how it's gonna happen. You just know when demons gonna collect.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, and that's what these events are. That's why there's so many fucking rappers here.
Yeah, it's a lot of
That's
rappers.
why there's so many singers and stuff. I don't know who the hell is. They go to outside because it requires more distractions and energy now.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
YouTube stars.
Yeah.
YouTube stars, social media stars. But of course, they got to grab the special ed kids and make them famous. You know what I'm saying? For 3 to 6 months. You know.
This is Isaiah 47, verse 13. Thou art wearied in the multitude of thy counsels.
It's not even weird. It's not even weird in the multitude of these okay?
You don't got faith. You don't got faith in them.
Yeah. They're losing their faith in Satan.
Let now the astrologers, the stargazers, the money prognosticators stand up and save thee from these things that shall come upon thee. Verse 14.
That's why all these chariots, because they got to look to the sky. All these chariot cycles and something like that, they're like, yo, because it's going on in the skies, man, it's your end. That's what them signs are saying. They're going to these astrologers and stuff, and they're seeing these, like just as much as we see signs in the heavens, and we don't understand it, you know, it's just what the scripture says, it's prophecy. But there's, you know, they're watching these things line up, and they're trying to see what spiritual, you know, thing is going to come out of it, what oracle, you know, what demon is going to say this. Jupiter and Mars get together means this, you know, because that's them trying to keep that pact, you know. Go ahead.
This is Isaiah 47, verse 14. Behold, they shall be as stubble. The fire shall burn them. They shall not deliver themselves from the power of the flame.
And then eventually you're weary, you're done, assign the angels, the Lord is going to destroy this kingdom. And the nuclear missiles are going to get involved and destroy this place up. Like we read earlier in Malachi, the 4th chapter, it's not going to leave him no root, no branch, nothing to rebuild. Okay? That's the downfall of your rulership, he said.
Extermination.
There shall not be a coal to warm at, nor fire to sit before it.
Meaning, there's not going to be any, like after, you watch these after nuclear war type.
Post-apocalyptic.
Yeah, these post-apocalyptic movies and things. You get that last, you get those last survivors. It's like
Come out of the bunker.
So come out of the bunker and they burn the fire. Like, oh my goodness. We gotta try and rebuild. Like Loft and the 100 and stuff. It ain't gonna be none of that.
Mad Max.
Yeah, Mad Max. It ain't gonna be none of that, man. Okay? Go ahead.
I should cry thinking that.
Verse 15. Thus shall they be unto thee, with whom thou hast labored, even thy merchants from thy youth. They shall wander every one to his quarter, none shall save thee.
Right, so all these pacts and alliances and these businesses that you set up and these companies, and you think because because and this is something that brother in Mississippi brought out, Yashamah, what the elites are doing is they're done with America now. The experiment is over, so they're moving everything overseas. They want to destroy this place so they can restart again. Restart the New World Order.
In Africa.
Yeah, like bring it down. But what's going to happen is the Lord's really going to destroy this place. Because they just want the economic turmoil so they can be the safest from the collapse. We're the new rules. Now you got to, that's why everything's being centralized. Fox and Disney merged, and they bought this, and then this company bought this, and now this company.
Less moving parts.
Bringing everything into one. But everybody is going to break off from you. Everything is going to be scattered and is going to be broken down, broken up, scattered. Okay? This coalition over here, this company, this driving force over here. All right? Basically, it's going to get to a point where you won't be able to control who's doing what, who's behind what agenda. Well,
this is Revelation 18, verse 9. And the kings of the earth who have committed fornication and lived deliciously with her shall bewail her and lament for her when they shall see the smoke of her burning.
That's right. Because when this place ultimately destroyed, all these countries, because you gotta remember, the reason why China's so powerful is because they hold the majority of America's debt. What's gonna happen when America's destroyed? You ain't got nothing. And then they're trying to make, our contingency plan is let's base our new currency off of gold. Let's get with Russia. Let's get these other countries like India and Pakistan. Let's form a new economy based off of gold and silver paper. All right. But even that's going to fail because they're not thinking about the divine intervention that's going to happen. You can have the gold, you can have the silver, you can have it in 20 Chinese, Australian box. All these boxes you can have it, set up with all the gold. But guess what's going to happen? They get that gold, that they shall, because they can gather all this stuff up over there in the east. Okay? But what's going to happen is they let them come and take it.
That's it.
That's cool. You can make a new BRICS alliance and get Russia involved and all of that. That's fine. All right? Is it a 20 or 27?
That's why this beast system has to be destroyed. Because that's where Esau's confidence is at. He's confident in the system he has set up. But when the Lord destroys the system, he ain't gonna have nothing to build off of.
This is Job 27 and verse 16. Though he heap of silver as the dust, and prepare a remnant as the clay.
Right. So though you storing up riches and gold and silver and raiment and all these precious things, okay? Go ahead.
You prepare it, but the just shall put it on.
You may prepare it. You may prepare. You may be trying to shift the world around for a whole new global reset. That's cool. But the just, which is the elect of the nation of Israel, we're the ones going to put it on. We're going to put on the raiment, the fine suits you got.
They belong to us anyway.
You know what I'm saying? You know, you go right. And it belongs to us anyway. You stole it from us.
Yeah.
And we're going to take it back. Okay?
Said the world was made for our sakes.
That's right. So the scripture says, the saints shall take the kingdom. Now, how are we going to take it? The Heavenly Father's going to take it from you and give it to us. Okay? He's going to take it from you and give it to us. The Lord's going to give it to us. It's chosen. Okay?
But the just shall put it on, and the innocent shall divide the silver.
And the innocent, that's divide the silver. Hey, bro, I got some Chinese jade, right? I got some Russian rubies, and brothers going to be literally trading this stuff back and forth. Okay? You think that you got, like I said, that you got things sewn up, you got this new order on lot, and you don't. Okay? The Heavenly Father is setting you up for, you think you're setting up the Israelites. The Lord is setting you up. Okay? He's setting you up. You know? That's the what you call it? The double cross right there.
Or as Parthon would say, the triple cross.
Yeah, really the triple.
He built his house as a monk and as a boat that the keeper maketh. The rich man shall lie down, but he shall not be gathered. He opened his eyes, and he is not.
He opened his eyes and he is not. You're gonna wake up in the kingdom. Like you thinking
Planet of the Apes.
You're gonna wake
You
up.
blew it up.
You know? Next time you come out, you're gonna wake up as a crying baby Edomite chained to a bunch of other crying baby Edomites. Alright?
Should come out the womb with chains on.
They're gonna come out the womb. Hey, like they're gonna give you our babies the microchip when we come out. But we gonna slap them. You can slap that ironclad feather around your little baby arms.
Yeah.
Okay? Feather's gonna be so big, we ain't gonna be able to bend his elbow. It's gonna be a feather, man.
It's gonna be like a neck brace. Put a big bamboo on this motherfucker.
Yeah.
That's what
He gonna be walking like he ain't got no neck.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the animals gonna oppress you, man. You know, we're gonna have possessions of gorillas and white tigers and things of that nature. You know, with the Bengal tigers.
Yeah.
And when we ain't looking, they're gonna be whooping your ass, man. Gutting you in. This is what you did for me in fucking captivity. Punching you all in your shit.
Cursing them out.
Cursing them out.
Like now Jake got roaches, right? And the kingdom Esau gonna have fucking lions, tigers, and bears.
Gonna be joining the zoo. Oh, cause the world is gonna be refurbished, man. The villages and all these different places that Esau burned down. Cause we ain't gonna need these high ass skyscrapers that got 700 people and shit in them, man. You know, we're gonna go back to regular residences. You know, we're gonna have our dwelling quarters because it's gonna be a palace for a brother. You know, we're gonna have our quarters, and you Edomites, you're gonna have pits to stay in, man. You living underground. You know, we ain't building up for you. We building down. You know. Yeah, in the underground caves, man.
You're gonna be a real mole man under the ground.
Real good. All right.
Sleep what? What's sleep?
Terrors take hold on them as waters, a tempest stealeth him away in the night.
The tempest is that nuclear destruction.
The east wind carried him away, and he departed, and as a storm hurleth him out of his place.
All right, you're gonna be hurled out of your place, man.
That's cold right there.
Tornado came to people in the Wizard of Oz, and it swept up, hurled her to the land of Oz.
Yeah, a whole nother dimension.
That nuclear wind on the hurled her.
Bitch went from black and white to color.
Yeah.
Earl, she got
Movie wasn't even supposed to be that. Goddamn.
Full color slavery.
For the Most High shall cast upon him
Hell yeah.
and not spare.
For the Most High. That's what the Lord will do. The Most High shall cast upon you.
And
say it again.
I got you. 22. For the Most High shall cast upon him and not spare.
Right. So, because the Most High, he's going to cast upon the terrorists, and he's not going to spare you.
Yeah, and the scripture speak about how, you know, if the Lord loves you, you know, he gonna basically not spare the rod, but basically, you know, the Lord doesn't have love for you Edomites. He ain't gonna let up on you, you devils, man. You know, because he's gonna put a certain particular spirit on us to give it to you, man. Just like you gave it to us for our punishments and our wickedness upon wickedness, you have to get the same perpetual ass whooping, man.
But double.
Yeah, but double. Because you devils are stubborn, man. You stubborn, you're the proudest, most arrogant, lofty-minded people upon the face of the earth. You know? And you don't respect niggas. You don't, just think of Donald Trump being enslaved by a Mexican. You think he's gonna be cool with that? He's gonna settle down and you know, just submit to what he calls a wetback? Hell no. So guess what? It got to be a lot of Edomite breaking, man. Edomite buck breaking. It ain't gonna be the homosexual way you did, but we're gonna beat the shit out of you devils until you get the point, man. And if you don't get the point, we're gonna keep beating. We're gonna have shifts, man. Ass whooping shifts. You know? You're gonna be looking at Esau. Did I give you your ass whooping today? Nah, it look like I ain't giving it. Nah, yes you did, yeah. Nah. I sense a little pride on you.
The shift they give us, on this side, we're gonna go by the sun.
Yeah.
We're gonna use the natural elements into that nature, right? We're gonna look at when the sun gets to about, and you probably might, cause who knows? Everybody goes a little slower. I know we live in haste times right now. I'm just speaking as a man. The Lord hasten things for our sake. Lord will be a part of that number. But
never let the sun out on my side of the carry.
when we get there, man, the sun might take all damn day. When the sun
Yeah,
goes over
okay.
there, hit up brother Barzal gonna teleport and whoop your ass, man.
We're gonna have we gonna have our own individual slave, you know.
The sun shall never shine on the king of Zion. I forgot what movie that was. Oh no, that's that was an Avengers. Loki said,
Boy, get your ass over here.
the sun shall never shine on Asgard.
Like, boy, get your ass over here. Whoop this
He said something like the sun shall rise again, something like that. Hey man, you saw, man, you're gonna have it bad in the kingdom when the Israelites get you.
That's all you get that Barzal. You better be over there.
His wind carried him away, and he departed like the storm hurled him out of his place. Verse 22, for the Most High shall cast upon him, and not spare. He will fain flee out of his hand. Men shall clap their hands at him, and shall hiss him out of his place.
That's right. And all these nations, they're starting to get you out of here because they want the rulership. But we're going to take it from them. Okay?
They're going to flow into Israel.
And them Hamites was running Esau out of South Africa.
The Canaanites got to kick you guys out of there, boy. Run you guys out of their domain.
This is Job
Hong Kong.
20, verse 15. He has swallowed down riches, and he shall vomit them up again. The Most High shall cast them out of his belly. This is Job 20, verse 15. He has swallowed down riches, and he shall vomit them up again.
Right, you took everything from everybody. You took heritage from them, you took our heritage. You took the heritage from the Africans, right? Hell, they you were saying this in class the other day. They took the heritage from who was it? Elon. They're taking everybody's heritage, man. Esau don't want to be Edom, man. You don't want to be nobody. It'll be a biblical movie, or just a historical movie. Like I said, I was watching Troy. That had nothing to do with Esau, man. That was the people of Japheth.
If I could say,
Which they say Troy may or may not have existed. I don't know.
Yeah, the story of Troy, if I'm not mistaken, that was I think that was mythology, cause with Achilles being dipped in the river Styx. I don't think it was the river Styx, but it was one of them rivers, and that's how he got his power. From his Achilles heel, the whole mythology around that, and he was supposed to be invincible, but that's just mythology.
Right. That's right. You know.
But so like you said, Esau is a thief by nature. Scripture speak about how to John 10:10. Thief coming not but to steal, kill, and destroy. And he's not just robbing you, just stealing little items. He's trying to take your whole nationality, steal who you are.
Like how many mites and fleas do you know have their own colony somewhere in the earth? Now, mites and fleas live on the back of other creatures. That's Esau. You're a mite, you're a flea. You live off of the
Parasite, because fleas are parasite.
You're a parasite. You're a parasite. You live off of the nutrients and the body of a whole nother creature. Right, it's a vagabond. But that goes back, because he's Cain. Cain is a vagabond. Cain was wandering around, had a little city here, a little settlement there, And then eventually, of course, the flood came, but when he came back with Esau, he did it all over again. Okay? What was that? Habakkuk, the second chapter, you keep it not at home. Mm-hmm. You're a vagabond. You take the identity of everybody. When you put people in prison for
who ain't read yet?
But this is why the Lord's raising up the real judges. Because we're going to judge you.
Y'all to come in.
You own the earth now, so you're not going to lock yourself up. But we are being really
tissue galore.
It's the judge of the earth to judge you for your evil. Okay, go ahead.
The Most High shall cast them out of his belly. This Job 20 verse 15. He has swallowed down riches, and he shall vomit them up again. The Most High shall cast them out of his belly.
Wasn't it that? Right, so basically everything that you set up to have for yourself, the Lord's going to have you give it. Shit, he's going to have you give it up. But really, he's going to have the elect take it from you. And we're going to set our kingdom. Okay?
This is Job 20 verse 17. He shall not see the rivers, the floods, the brooks of honey and butter. Verse 18.
Right, so you're not going to see them anymore. Be established. Go ahead.
That which he labored for shall he restore, and shall not swallow it down. According to his substance shall the restitution be, and he shall not rejoice therein.
Right, that's real reparation. We're going to get what we are supposed to have, and that's the world. Man.
That's right.
Okay? Everything is going to be taken from you by the Lord and given to Israel. Right, the real Israelites. Right, was they in that? Okay, cool. I'm having next brother speak.
Yeah, that's like the brother was echoing on me saying, this is the time for us to raise up. The so-called white man did a great job of breaking us down. You get Sirach 10. So-called white man did a good job, John 10. The so-called white man did a great job destroying us as a nation. Like I said, deconstructing us economically through his policies. It tells you that in Daniel, through his policy, he made craft prosper in his hand. It's all kind of policy that was set. They called us 3/5 of man. You had I think it was called a 3/5 compromise, right? And they had certain things to compromise you as an individual and basically debunk who you are as a human being. They try to dehumanize us, make it seem like we're subhuman or less than we actually are. Made our women seem less than, our children seem less than. That's why we're the main people that's employed on Section 8. Welfare. Because they're making it seem like we always need support from the federal government. We don't have enough wittiness, enough wisdom to build our own institutions and our own, basically be franchised. Have our own independence. We have to be disenfranchised. And we have to be strong along the government. in order to actually get somewhere. So they set up these different programs, these educational programs where Jake has to go through in order to be validated in the system. You know, you have to go through school. You have to get your master's, your degree, you have to get your different degrees to actually show that you actually have some type of status. If not, then you're basically statusless. You know, and if you, like I said, if you didn't go through the educational centers, if you didn't go through the so-called ritualism, because it's all a ritual. If you didn't go through the satanic rituals that Esau indoctrinates and programs you in, then you looked at like a two-bit nigga.
Yeah, that's why if you don't graduate high school, college, you like you said, you don't have any status here because those are all Freemason fraternal rituals. When you wear the robe and the tassel.
Yep.
You know?
Yeah, certain gowns that they make you wear. Like you said, after you graduate, which graduate goes to basically, you know, it's levels to basically getting up in the system and
promotion.
Programmed in.
Yeah.
And like I said, you have the Masonic. When you look at Masons, that whole gown and the whole attire.
The square.
Yeah,
The square.
that's a
Square
square.
in the
Square,
compass,
yeah.
It goes back to Freemasonry.
Yep.
The tassel, the turning of the veil, basically.
It's all satanic, man. It's all to program you in the system. That's why in college too, you have what an alma mater.
Yep.
You know, the word alma mater is a soul-giving or a life-giving mother. You know, she's the one that nourishes you, the nourishing mother. You know, that actually nourishes you in breach, which is a goddamn demon.
Right.
And
They gave you the wisdom and knowledge.
Yeah, they give you the wisdom
Wisdom and knowledge.
and
This world.
which they're usually statues, which is an idol. And I remember watching this television show months back when it was based on the Satanic Academy. And the Satanic Academy was built like a college academy. Man. They had a big Baphomet. Baphomet was in the centerpiece of the fraternity, not fraternity, because it was there too, but it was in the university. You see? So this whole system is built upon wickedness, man. You got
Hell, Hogwarts.
yeah, Hogwarts.
Like Hogwarts is a school for witchcraft and wizardry.
Yeah, you got it.
This is 1 Corinthians chapter 3, verse 19. For the wisdom of this world is foolishness with the Most High.
Yeah.
For it is written, He had taken the wise in their own craftiness.
Yeah, it says the wisdom of this world is foolishness with the Most High. Because in order to be seen as a wise guy or a whiz kid, you have to build up your powers and wisdom. You know, you have to learn your so-called spells, man. You know, these different individuals that have a level of leverage over other individuals in the society. They know how to manipulate, they know how to coerce, they know how to persuade, they have charm. You see, that's all different aspects. Now it can be used in a good way, but they use it in forms of negativity to draw people unto themselves, to strip them naked. From your professors to your pastors to your senators, your Republicans, leaders, your celebrities, they all have some type of power that invokes people, that has people always wanting to ride their trains. And they usually follow them not because of their wisdom of Yahushua, the wisdom and knowledge of the light of the Lord they possess, but some type of left-hand demonic spirit that they actually have within them. You know, the demonic possessions that they actually have, you know, or who they are. Because like we just said earlier, you know, it's all about the demons that you actually attach yourself onto. And demons are real, man. It's tons of them. You know,
Tons.
Huh?
Tons.
Hell yeah, scores of demons that people actually latch
Just as
onto.
many evil angels
You know,
as it is
when you deal
righteous
with that
angels.
left-hand side energy, the scriptures speak about Beelzebub. It speaks about Asmodeus, Baal,
Asmodeus, yep.
Asmodeus. You know, all these different deities, and you had these deities working with individuals in their time.
Like Ashtaroth is in the scriptures.
Ashtaroth.
And then you had that Edomite rapper back in the day. His name was Ashtaroth.
I never got.
Oh yeah. Asher, yeah. Damn, I didn't. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah,
That's
see,
the rock,
these
yeah.
individuals do that. Like you have this rapper in today's time, Lil Uzi Vert.
Yep.
Yeah, Lucifer. Yeah.
Actually come out, you know, put his name in conjunction is really Lucifer.
Lucifer, yeah.
You know?
Lucifer, yep.
But that's how they do it. You know, that's how they push out their wickedness.
Yep.
You
I got a precept for you. This is James 3, and I'm going to start at 13 for you. It says, who is a wise man and endued with knowledge among you? Let him shew out a good conversation, his works with meekness of wisdom.
Yeah, see? So that's how you present yourself as an individual of the light. You project the light of Yahweh Shemel Shah, you know? And in these different, like I said, these universities and these schools of thought, you have to learn all kind of different books that have nothing to do with the scriptures, man. You know, they actually condemn the points of the scriptures, the philosophies that you learn in today's time. It revolves around sun worship. It revolves around satanic worship. Like I said, depending on the God that you worship. Oh, so you speak about that. You know, God, that's really a spirit in itself. Worshiping the God of money, cars, clothes, homes.
I was gonna say, when you deal with these colleges, they'll tell you like, all right, this college is a Protestant-based college, or you might, like, for instance, if you go to like St. John's, these different schools, they're Catholic-based universities.
Oh yeah.
You know, so even within like Notre Dame, they'll have that's a Catholic university. So like
Catholic, yep.
these within these universities, they have a religious base, but even so, they're still, this is our denomination, so to speak.
Well, the majority of these Christian schools are the same way. You know, like they're either Protestant based or they're Methodist based.
They're Methodist based, yep.
You know, schools, you know, private institutions. You know.
Verse 14, but it says, but if ye have bitter envying and strife in your hearts, glory not and lie not against the truth. This wisdom descendeth not from above, but is earthly, sensual, devilish.
Yeah, so just because you have a level of knowledge doesn't always make it the knowledge of the Lord.
Right.
The scriptures speak about how with that Sirach, how wisdom or wickedness isn't wisdom, man. Just because you possess a
wise
level
to
of
do evil.
intellect, that does not make you a wise in the eyes of Yahweh Shemel Shai. Going to the point that this brother just read. The wisdom of this world is foolishness, man. It's full set and centered around folly, you know. And you watch these different politicians and you see them with their eloquent speech, and you see how they speak and they don't stumble over their words. You like, you know, and a lot of JB, you know, allured by that shit.
Polite shit.
Yeah, that polite shit. Not knowing that he's scheming and swindling the congregation out of millions of dollars. You know, these same politicians that these individuals we go to, they be the main ones in these trafficking rings. They be the main ones that's you know, funding, you know, different drug programs and things of that nature. They work both sides of the spectrum. That's why the black market, that's $1 billion market, you know, multi-billion-dollar market. It still fluctuates. They have to have fun. People that's funding it. Just like these different universities, like we just said before, who's funding and paying the taxes to keep these universities up? Taxpayers. So who's funding these different markets in the black market to keep the websites up, to keep these different trafficking rings, to have individuals actually enroll and go through these different programs, these different elitists, man. So the witchcraft works on both spectrums, and that's why this whole system, as we know it, has to be broken down. There is no saving it. There is no trying to keep and restore certain parts of this system and bring it to the kingdom of heaven with us. No, this place has to be broken down from to the bottom. You know, that's why our brother read that, leaving neither root nor branch. You got something? Aliyah has something.
Okay, I got something.
Yeah, bring that.
All right, this is Sirach 10:1. A wise judge will instruct his people, and the government of a prudent man is well ordered.
Right, so it says a wise judge will instruct his people. When you read about King David and the mighty men that were around him, and Solomon, all these different men that was imbued, so to speak, with the knowledge of the Lord, when the Lord was with them, they was taking down nations, man. They had a power that descended from on high. And basically nothing could stand before them because what? They were walking in the light of Yahweh Shemel Shah. And the people were in a state of perpetual depression. The people loved their kings. They loved the society that they lived in. You know, fast forward to today's time now, you know, just like the captain was saying, we living in the spirit of death, man. Everybody's depressed. That's why the drug consumption is at an all-time high. People weren't doing drugs like this back in the day. Now, you did have drug addicts since the beginning of time, but the level of drug consumerism is
at all-time high.
And it's not because people just like doing drugs recreationally.
Yeah.
It's not like these are recreational druggies. Now, these are addicts. These
Right.
kids are heavily depressed, you know, because they have no hope in the society. This society is constantly oppressing them, pressing upon them, whether it's financial bills, you know, car payments, loans, student loans.
Oh,
a lot
yeah.
of these kids, at least, going back to college.
Yep.
A lot of these, the hell majority of these kids in college is on drugs, man. That's really the breeding ground of wickedness, man.
When I was in school in New York, at least once or twice a week, the ambulance would come on campus to the dorms just to get kids either overdosing or alcohol poisoning. And that was years ago. This is like 10 years ago, 10 plus years ago for me. Every week the ambulance. So that was then, like you said, college is the breeding grounds for everything that you're gonna deal with. That's why they put you in these dorm rooms to condition you to live in a high rise. College is the conditioning for you to be an American citizen, man.
Yeah.
And you start to see this American nightmare that you're trapped in, you can't get out. You know, just like the movie Get Out, a lot of these individuals be under that spell, man. And they don't see the level or the depth of how much they're in them chains, man. You know, them chains run deep.
That's deep. They watch it. They don't even realize it's them.
They watch it and they don't understand that that's them. Because the level of simplicity that they're under. When you go through these different, like I said before, you go through these different college institutions and whatever system of indoctrination that you go through, it breaks you down and it makes you simple as hell, man.
Yes.
A lot of these jakes do not question the conditions that they're in. When you start to ask questions, that's really the beginning phases of your awakening, man. You start to question the man that you're above. Why is he above? Why are you in the condition that you're in?
Right.
You know, why? You know, when you start asking these questions, and when you start being around certain jakes to ask those questions, you start to get pushed away from the environment. Niggas like, this nigga, he asking too many questions, man. Why you ask so many questions? Like, nigga, because I want to know.
Right.
You ain't asking.
Yeah, why you ain't asking questions?
Right.
And that's the beginning of knowledge too. Because you start to have a inclination of, nah, man, this shit ain't supposed to be like that. We hear and all, but yo,
It's more. It's gotta be more to this.
It gotta be more to life than just this, bro. Gotta be.
And then you start to, you know, you start to do your research. You know, you start to actually get curious, and you start to see, like it tells you on the movie The Matrix, how deep the rabbit hole gets. You start to see, like, God damn, man, we Israelites, you know, this thing is built up by design to keep us low, so that we don't tap into our power of Yahweh Shabbat and trying to get out of this kingdom. And that's what revs up your engine to go hard, man. You know, to never get back in those shackles, never get back in those mental chains, to be just a sheep in this society going with the get.
Some bill paying nigga.
Yeah, some bill paying.
Just a bill paying nigga, right?
What they call them? Basically, beta nigga, man.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, because what they tell you? Live your life, get you a nice job, marry your woman, your high
White
school
picket
sweetheart,
fence.
have you 3 kids.
Put that woman first.
Yeah, put the woman first.
Right.
Get you a lawn with a picket fence, and you know you living good.
Living
And
your
you'll
best
see
life.
that
Get a dog and gotta have a dog and a
they
cat.
gotta be fucked up, man.
Get a dog and a cat.
So you're like, nah, that's not it. You know? What you got?
This is Colossians 2 and verse 8. Beware lest any man spoil you through philosophy and vain deceit,
Yep.
after the tradition of men.
Yeah,
Yep.
see, and a lot of jakes get caught up in philosophy. That's a man's philosophy. That's what he's just telling you, just to keep your keep your spirit up.
Yep.
And you'll watch these different like I say, I watch videos with entrepreneurs. I watch videos with individuals in so-called maintenance society. And I listen to them and they bring out certain good points, but I'm like, man, nah.
Like that's not how you
That's
get it,
not
bro.
where it's at, man.
Right, yeah.
You know, of course, you know,
Yeah, that ain't how you get it.
financial security, a level of financial security does give you leverage in the society. You know, scripture speak about how money is the defense. And you should apprehend that level of skill on the side. Learn how to, you know, manage money. Learn how to deal, budget. You know, that's why I watch those things. You know, have, you know, certain soft skills in that arena. But I know at the end of the day, making money is not the dream life. Because you gotta go to a whole nother perspective. Some people they don't have access to making a lot of money, man.
Right.
This world, how Esau has it, people are designed to be choked up and never get it, never make it, man. The hood is not designed to get out, man.
Right.
You have individuals that basically work the perimeters to keep you trapped in. You don't see it. You don't see the fucking the demons or how it's designed to keep you in that labyrinth. But it's them. Just like when a rat is in that complex maze, they don't see how it's designed to keep them in, but it's designed to keep them in.
Yeah, Maze Runner.
Right.
Yeah, Maze Runner.
Like in the movie Maze Runner, you had his name was Jake, I believe. The black guy that was his name was Jake, the first guy that was in there. And he was kind of the leader. I remember he had it where he said a specific team of runners in there every day. And he knew that we had seen the maze change every way possible, and there's no way out.
Yeah.
But they had to do it just off the strength of what? Keeping the morale of the people up. But he knew, he was like, ain't no way out this shit.
Yeah, no way out.
Because the system was created with every way possible for you, even if it broke down, they had a system broken in place to keep you still in.
Yep.
You know, like you have a barrier wall where it's like, okay, just in case, you know, if you break out of the prison, you so happen to be lucky enough to get from Wright Street or DeKalb County Jail or whatever, you get through a certain barrier, there's still another wall that you got to get through to get past that.
Yep.
And that's this system. So like you said, it doesn't matter. We rats in the system. We don't see from a bird's eye view because we in it.
Yeah.
Yep.
And
Yeah,
then
gun
your
line.
resources
the
get
gun
you so
line
far, to the point where you got to go back to home base. That's why Jacob gets so far. They're like, damn, I got to go back to this job, man. I got to go back home. Because at the end of the day, I only had enough that could take me so far. You know? And then at the end of the day, even if you do get out, you got out by yourself. It's millions of
Other
Israelites here that's oppressed.
Yep.
You know, you could read that in Hebrews with Moses. Moses' mentality when he was leaving Egypt. He wasn't trying to get out by himself. He was trying to take a nation with him. And that's the mentality that we're in. You could keep on with the precept.
I got a definition. Just what we was talking about. It's called redlining. It says, in the United States and Canada, redlining is the systematic denial of various services to residents of specific, often racially associated neighborhoods or communities, either directly or through the selective raising of prices.
And now they do that through their algorithm. Esau's gotten so bad with that systematically segregating you and racism and depressing you or oppressing you. He does it through a computer. Where you might not even get certain ads to come on your TV because of where you live. You may not get certain ads and links on your phone because they know, oh, this phone's linked to a black person. You think that the news that we get is the same as another nigga versus a white person?
But no, a lot of that stuff. A lot of times, you go on the news article, your browser, or whatever, and them ads that pop up, that's based off of stuff that you looked at and stuff. It's catered to you. You don't get
But
the
who
same
told you
stuff.
what to look at? Esau.
You know? But even if you look something up, it's still catered to you. Like, I'm pretty sure you don't get the same ads I get on my phone.
Yeah, but who put it the idea in your head to look at these things? That's social engineering.
Yeah, the option.
Esau's so ahead of the curve. He knows.
They give you them limited options to look at.
Before you make decision number 1, he knows the answer to decision number 5 already.
Yeah.
He knows. All right, if you do this or do that, we got you.
It's heavy. You said that. That's why when you go on certain websites, they ask you for your zip code to get certain deals.
Oh,
in the area.
yeah, they do.
I'm like, shit, if this the deal,
Yep,
for
that's
the company,
true.
why you gotta know where I'm located? Is it gonna be something different if I put another zip code in?
Right.
So yeah, that's true.
Yeah, you put that 30038 in.
Okay.
Or
Right.
30039. They know that's nigga zones.
Oh, even like that one
So
lady.
yeah.
Hey, that shows you how wicked
Yep.
the system is. That one lady who filled out the application and she put down all these different intricate credentials.
Oh yeah,
She
yeah.
basically made herself like a
In Australia, the Australian chick. Yeah.
She landed that bomb ass job.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure she did her job correctly. Yeah, they didn't say that she was fucking up on the job. And
Yeah.
lost
I just said she lied.
$1.8 million. They just said she lied on her application.
Right.
But she was doing her job and it landed her ass in prison. Ain't that some shit?
That's crazy.
So it's not about if you actually have the capacity to work the job. It's if you have the so-called degrees and if you racked up the debt. Because you have to go through these different school programs and you need it. Esau needs you to be $150,000 in debt in order to get a $300,000 job a year. And Esau plays with, he's numerical, man. He does everything by numbers. He does everything by the books. You know, that's why Jake nowadays, he ain't gonna let you just go scot-free and just graduate high school or just get to a certain a certain level in the educational system and not go through college and make $400,000-$500,000 a year. He wants to keep you low. He wants to keep you in the pit. You got some more on that?
Yes.
I know.
Starting
Do you have a better?
Colossians 2:8.
You know.
Beware lest any man spoil you through philosophy and vain deceit.
Yeah, so the scripture says be aware. Beware is basically compounding being aware. Be aware lest any man spoil you. You know? You don't want to be a man that's spoiled in the society, man.
Right.
You gotta watch when you know, people give you that shoulder rub and that you know, basically you know, rubbing your head, man. Because they trying to soothe you. They're trying to get your make you lower your guard. And it says through what? Through philosophy and vain deceit.
Yep, spoil, yep.
So it's a lot of deceptions out here, and you have people that's master deceptions.
Right. And they deceive you by the vanity, because it said the vain deceit. So they deceive you by the vanity. Yeah, you know, and that goes into what Ecclesiastes 7 about the gift, about giving the gift. It overthrows the judgment, you know. So this world, it gives you, you know, it shows you the tricks and the bells and the whistles, but it's really having you trapped in this system the way you really just digging yourself into a deeper ditch.
Yeah, one of the main things of vain, one of the main examples of vain deceit is credit, man.
Oh, hell yeah.
Oh yeah, hell yeah.
Credit is vain as all hell. In order to build credit, you know, most cases you got to get with like a secure credit card. You know, that's one aspect of building your credit. And you got to put money down and things of that nature.
Yep.
And you have to show your faith by keep financing things. And in order to get master certain reward points, you have to spend like a motherfucker, man.
Yep.
You know, excuse my French. You know, to get airline mile credits and things of that nature, you have to spend so much, 10,000. If you spend like something, you got a big boy credit card.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cashback, yeah.
You get
the
certain
platinum
cashback rewards, but it's what you have to spend like a mug, man.
Right. Yeah.
And most people, they're not above the water in their credit. They're in credit card debt.
Yep. You got
So
student
with all
loan
this
debt and credit card debt.
How can you get free? How can you raise up? Debt is it's basically synchronizing you being locked in chains. All right, if you $145,000 in debt, $320,000 in debt, you know, shit. Some of us brothers, $20,000 in debt, you see me like $2.8 million.
Really? Yeah, like I never
Never get it.
never getting this shit off, man. He said you might as well.
Jake be having fucking $8,000 in debt.
And you're scared like, yo, man, they finna come.
Goddamn free, man.
Since 98.
Yeah, 98.
This is
I got a precept at the end.
after the tradition of men.
After the traditions of men, because this is all a tradition. You have to go through the same thing your fathers went through and your father's fathers went through, and they look at it like, because when you go through traditions, it starts to become the norm.
Yeah.
That's why Jake is so desensitized to Thanksgiving, and you will tell Jake, "Nah, I don't celebrate that." That's that's when Indians got killed by Christopher Columbus and the Spaniard and the European forces. And then Jacob justified it because it's tradition.
Right. Like, yeah, we know that, but come see the family.
But our father,
That's Jake. That's Jake. They don't be thinking about it. Come see the family, though.
After the rudiments of the world.
After the rudiments of the world, which is basically the layout of how the world is designed. People just, like I said, just keep go along to get along, and that's called what? Conformity. The word conformity means with form. You start to adapt to the system. And in order to stay away from that adaptation, you have to be basically abnormal. That's why us in today's time we're looked at like like a virus.
Yeah.
We're not normal to the society. Us as Israelites,
We're an anomaly.
We're pushed on media. Whenever we're pushed on a major outlet, it's to bring shadows of negativity. But they never speak about the positivity we do. Even the Israelites that
we're like needles.
Do food drives. And
right.
Do the thing with the prison, actually setting up job programs for people that's in prison and things of that nature. Right. They don't push that out on the news.
Right.
Because you do have Israelites that do that.
Yeah, you do. Yeah.
Do but you have certain Israelites that do, fulfill that certain lot. And they're not looked at positively. They don't push that positive aspect. See, these Israelites donated so and so amount of money to job repair. Or this, that, and that. It's always us. Right when that shooting and that so-called terrorist attack happened, Esau jumped on top of it.
Right.
You see?
Islamic connection.
Now they trying to connect us to Islam. Like, goddamn. Like, they making it seem like that's how we get down. Right. That's why all these Israelite interviews, they're trying to keep pushing the vibration that all of us do that. Well, they did speak about hate. Didn't they say this and that back in the day? Didn't they say this and that? But we haven't done, all Israelites haven't even participated in such a act. But they're trying to put us
shit, don't none of them do.
That's how we get down.
There no Israelites out here just being violent and, running around, punching people in the back of the head and running off and shit. We ain't doing no shit like that. We ain't being violent. Now, do we expose your wickedness by telling you the facts of history? Yes. But that's it, and that's as far as it goes, and we back it up with the Bible.
That's all we do.
Thus saith the Lord.
That's our bread and butter. That's how we survive. That's how we thrive. There's some more on that. That's it.
A little bit. After the rudiments of the world, and not after a Mashiach.
Yeah, not after Mashiach. So you can't follow the ways of the world, because the world will spit you up, will chew you up and spit you out. It makes it seem like you're part of it. And it's at the end of the day, it's the fuck you over, man.
That's it.
You know how many people got effed over by the world? That's why suicide is at an all-time high.
Right.
You have individuals that's working hard, to get that girl, better, put that girl in a better state. They end up going in or financing the house, a 25, 30-year plan. They put $30,000 down. He come home and see her cheating with the goddamn pool guy, man.
The pizza delivery guy.
Right. Let's say the gardener.
Man, that's why prisons is filled up. Every prisoner has a crazy ass story, man, on why they got landed in the door.
Especially if it's behind the woman.
Yeah. Majority of them is behind the woman.
I had picked up a Edomite the day before Thanksgiving, and I picked him up from the airport, and he was like, make it short, but he had basically said he had flew into Atlanta from LA for 11 hours. This is the day before Thanksgiving, to then get on a plane to fly over to Europe for the next 2 weeks, and not 2 weeks, 2 months, right? And I'm sitting there listening to him talk, and I'm like, man, really, success is a prison sentence, because he was like, basically his wife was mad. I'm like, wow, you just flew out and left, and you didn't say anything, you didn't say goodbye or whatever. And I mean, and I understood where she's possibly trying to come from, but it's a prison sentence. Like, to be successful in America is literally the worst thing in the world.
There's no freedom.
You don't enjoy nothing.
All your time is like you say, it's just you go from working at one job being stationary, now you got to go from state to state. You go from state to state, you got to go
country to country. Yep.
Same shit, man.
Less time from at home.
That's an oxymoron of it, because you got these guys that are successful, like what's the guy I'm listening to, Gary Vaynerchuk or whatever, guys like this, these motivational speakers that push financial prosperity and freedom. But like you said, they're always traveling. They always got somebody watching their money, make sure nobody makes a bad investment. They gotta watch this, they gotta watch that. So they're not really happy inside, but they push that to you as if you gotta be on their level. When the real wisdom comes from the scriptures. The scriptures tell us to be with godliness, with what does it say? Godliness with contentment is great gain.
Great, yeah.
And in this society, like you said, being successful, it'll wear you out. And the scripture say,
Like Jake was saying, that you got so much time but not enough money, then you have money but no time. You know, it's like
more problems.
yeah.
More money, more problems, yeah.
The more output, the more demons start to flock around you too. And the more things you gotta hold up, and the harder things get. Because there's never any type of free. You have no free range time where you could just get away, you could just chill. Because even the higher and more popular you get, guess what? The word popular goes into popular. More people know who you are. You know, don't be a popular Jake. Because niggas want to kill you just to snatch a chain just to get a name for it. So now you walking around with paranoia, high paranoia, and you have to have 30 goons with you at all times.
And what Bow Wow
And in order
said.
to keep these niggas around you and keep them, you gotta feed them so they don't turn on you.
Right.
Beat your ass at 6'9", you.
Right.
You know? This place is a goddamn curse, man. It's a curse from top to bottom. You know, you got some more on that?
And what the Lord said in the curse of Deuteronomy 28, the Lord says that there shall be no rest for thy soul or thy foot, no matter where you go. He didn't say just because you sold your soul to the devil, you're gonna be all right. Nah. You digging yourself into a bigger, hole with the Lord, man. You know? You ain't made it just because you
All right, this is
got $1 million.
2. As the judge of the people is himself, so are his officers, and what manner of man the ruler of the city is, such are all they that dwell therein. Verse 3. An unwise king destroyeth his people. Yeah, so an unwise king destroyeth his people. And that's Esau, man. And this is a dictatorship. This is a totalitarian government with draconian laws set in place to forcefully monitor your cell phones, see what you watch. You know, watch what you say. You know, what you say? Yeah, all these different acts that's in place to basically treat you like you're less than.
You're an enemy.
Yeah, you're an enemy of the state. Like I said, the unwise king destroys his people. And the so-called white man has destroyed his own people. White people don't, at this point, don't want to see other white people successful.
Shit, low-level white people want the elite white people to come out of power.
Hell yeah. And the rich white people
bring down the 1%.
Poor white. That's why you got just as many white people on fucking welfare as so-called black.
Shit, more. They're more, yeah.
They tell us we only make like 13% of the population, as they say.
Yeah. So these white people, they're done. But the system is broken down. You know, when Rome was breaking down and when Rome was looming and it was in its waning phases, you had divisions upon all people. And I watched that video the other day when they were speaking about the Trump impeachment, and if Trump is forcefully removed out of office, how the people will react. And a lot of people was like, man, look, it's gonna be a civil war out here. It was like, basically, us Trump supporters, we ain't having that shit. One dude was like, look, my family's already divided over this. It sounds like it's gang life. It's like, look, my family already is divided over this political. I'm just saying, you gotta put it in nigga terms, spice it up. But he's like, my family already divided over this political shit, all right? That's how he basically was talking. He said, my daughter's a liberal, I'm conservative.
Right.
He was like, we ain't even getting together on Thanksgiving. He said, I hate that it's like that, but it is what it is.
It's real. It's real.
Yeah.
I picked up a lady like that one time, and she was like, my mother, she's a Trump supporter, and she was like, the way she was talking about her mother, you would think she wanted dead just because she support Trump. That's your mother. But that's how people be. You see them on social media, they be like, listen, if you're a Trump supporter, F you, F your family, F everything you stand for, and unfollow me. You're like, God damn.
Hey, that's Isaiah 19 chapter.
Yep.
Isaiah 19. The Egyptians shall against the Egyptians, brothers shall fight against brothers, like enemies. Hey, man.
White on white crime.
White on white crime about to increase.
Red on red crime.
Yeah, red on red crime.
I got a precept for it. This is Proverbs 22:7. And it says, the rich ruleth over the poor, and the borrower is servant to the lender.
Yeah, it says the rich rule over the poor and the borrower subject to the lender. So Esau and their elitists, they want to stay rich. And
Yeah.
in order to get rich and to be filthy rich, you gotta think to accumulate millions of dollars. How much money are you taking from people? You know, of course they're really giving it to you. You know, at the expense of what product that you're pushing out.
Well,
but
what
a
you
lot of these
offering.
individuals, their products don't be shit, man. Going back to this one guy, this guy Grant Cardone, because I watched a couple of interviews, but he's a funny guy.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he's a real devil too, man.
Yeah.
Real deceptive. He a crap, man.
That's an Edomite.
That's an Edomite right
That's
there.
an Edomite.
What's his
Ain't no
name?
cool Edom. That's an Edomite.
What's his name?
Edomite, Grant Cardone.
He's on DJ Vlad.
Yeah,
Okay.
he be on Vlad and stuff. But he was talking about how he sells packages to rich and poor. But he was like, you know, we'll have a product and we might charge, you know, $400. It might be a $400 program, and he was like, we'll have the same package, and it might be somebody rich, and we might charge them $40,000. So he was like, so the thing is, how do we sell somebody $40,000? The same thing to somebody at $400. He was like, it's all about your marketing skills. It's all about how you market. It's all about how you promote, and basically how you
Deceive.
It's fucking
it's
pyramid.
deception level.
Pyramid schemes. That's all they
Pyramid
want.
scheme. So the truth is there real? What's the value of it?
Right.
But think about liquor.
Right.
That $5,000 bottle of Hennessy.
Oh.
What is the difference between that $5,000 bottle of Hennessy and that $40 bottle?
Right. What's the difference?
You can't tell
because-
me, well, really, this, that, and that.
These grapes and these
like,
and that. Like,
no,
man,
man.
no, bro.
They bottled the same shit and put it in a prettier bottle and charge your ass $5,000.
That's right.
You know, a lot of these different beds and all that shit. It's all around the table, so to speak.
Finessing the drink.
I think it was a video that popped up spoke about how Jay-Z and Diddy made millions of dollars off of cheap grapes. We're talking about Douce and Ciroc. You know, that shit don't be elite drinking. And Jay think they do it big. I got the Ciroc.
I'm gonna do
Basically.
Right. Like, man, nigga.
Popping bottles, and then they'll have these rappers that are promoted in the music, and they make you feel like you're actually living the life of the rich and famous, and that's how they keep you poor. That's how the rich rules over you.
Yeah.
They ain't ruling over you,
They
you know, in
market,
the
they
ancient
deception.
world conventional way.
Right.
You know, archaic way, whipping your ass and showing how they're above you. They elevate themselves and they speak down on you, and they make you envy them and want to do what they do, live how they live, and that's how they keep you poor. But if you actually reverse engineer and actually, you know, change up your thought pattern, that's the beginning stages of being rich. That's why I tell you in Revelation the 3rd chapter how we're rich, not because of our material possessions, but because how our mind thinks, how we operate. So to speak about us in Romans 12, being transformed. The format of our mental thinking is switched from just being a low-level nigga that goes by the standards of everybody else to thinking independently. And you do not have a lot of independent thinkers, man.
No.
You know?
They call them free thinkers.
Free thinkers.
And Esau don't want free thinkers, man.
You want group thinkers.
Right. Yeah. He wants to group. He wants you, everybody. They call it. He wants to keep control of what's called the collective consciousness. You know.
That's it. You got some? I got some. This is John 8:32. You shall know the truth, and the truth shall make you free. Yeah, and that's the beginning stages of spiritual liberation.
Yep.
When you understand the truth, and nobody can take that from you. You know, and one of the main things to know is who your enemies is. Know how he traps you. Know how he schemes against you. Know how he plots against you.
That's right.
You know, and how he's using everything around you as a weapon, as a dagger to stab you anytime that you're caught off guard, man. From your women to your children. That's why at the end of the day you can't even get emotional, man. If your child deviates and your child, you know, follows the ways of the system, you don't get emotional with that shit. Like, hey, this is Satan's world, man. You know, Satan has weaponized everything and made everything instrument of his pleasure. You know, even women. You know, you don't get all butthurt and sad because your woman left you, or your woman, now she wants to follow the ways of the world. She wants to get a new man and think, man, fuck it. Hey, do what you do, man.
Shit,
That's why you have to be prepared.
Shit, you realize you'd be a little better off.
You know,
That's how you gotta think, man. You have to expect these things, man.
You better.
We're not eschewing in this thing, man.
You
And,
get so much
and all this information and all this wisdom you go through, you gotta stomach it. We ain't just accumulating knowledge just to speak on other people's behalf and show how the society makes their life. We have to see how it's gonna personally affect us from this point now and on the point down the line. You know? Because everything is always shifting. Everything is always changing up, like we just spoke about in Maze Runner. Everything is always being redesigned right before our eyes. You know, the fabric of this society is always changing. From the, on a small level, you got street names that's changing. That whole thing with the Tyler Perry thing, that's something that it might seem small, but things are shifting all around.
They changed the zones of the city.
Yeah, they did.
That whole energy of zone 1
was that, like 3 or 4
it's
months
different.
ago, right? Yeah.
So what you may be calling like zone 4, zone 5, zone 6,
yeah,
it's not the same. I don't know exactly. I
Anymore.
remember this brother Rock was bringing that out. So like you said, the playing field is always changing.
And you gotta learn how to adapt. That's one of the biggest capabilities that you have to have in today's time, is the spirit of adaptation. You know, when things move and when things shift, you have to shift with it. You have to learn how to move and adjust with the system that you're living in. If not, you'll be caught off guard and you'll be caught up in it. You got some more?
Oh, that was on.
Go back to that, Sirach.
All right, this is Sirach chapter 10. All right, Sirach 10 and 3. An unwise king destroyeth his people, but through the prudence of them which are in authority, the city shall be inhabited.
Yes, so the wisdom of him that's in authority, the city shall be inhabited. All right? And the prudence starts from us. And what is prudence defined by is the level of mental acumen and wittiness that you have in the spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. You know, and a lot of people that are not prudent individuals. You know, and prudence has to be refined, and it has to always be reinvented. You know, the wisdom that you possess, you still have to always stay on top of your knowledge. You have to stay on top of yourself. You know, you see basketball players, going back to the sharpness, LeBron James, he's always recreating himself. You know, you might see him on the court, and you see his signature moves, you might know, certain strategies that he come with on the court, but best believe he's evolving as a player, man. You know, and he has to evolve as a player because he's always having competitors. He always has individuals that study him.
He got to keep up with players that are
new to the game.
And he's in his 17th year.
Yeah,
he can't be the same.
Can't be the same.
He spent like $1
drafted in 2003.
Yeah, when did Kobe keep it up? How many years did he do that? 19, right?
You gotta think about, what's he doing to keep himself mentally sharp? You know, he's always watching plays. He's always watching things pertaining to his sport. You know, he's always seeing what's going down. You know, and that's how you gotta be the spirit. That's why the scriptures represent us in the spirit of Yahweh as watchmen. You always have to watch. You know, and as you're watching and as you're learning, you're growing.
Classes throughout the 13.
Like I said, that's the essence of prudence.
All right, this is Sirach 10 and 4. The power of the earth is in the hand of the Lord, and in due time he will set over it one that is profitable.
Right, so the power of the earth is in the hand of the Lord. All right, and the so-called white man, the Lord has gave the power to run and to pillage and rummage and destroy. You know, wreak havoc. You know, to his wits end. You know, it tells you that in Wisdom of Solomon, the 2nd chapter. But this is the time where the Lord is actually raising up the true kings. Because he basically put Dennis the Menace in goddamn rulership.
Right, that's him. Yeah. That's what Isaiah the 3rd chapter. Fucking Dennis the Menace, man. Dennis the fucking Menace. Yeah, problem child. Shit.
Here it is, you put the wickedest
damn Damien.
and put him over all policies and things of that nature. You know? And he's exercised it. He's exercised every wicked, vile thing that he can. That's why you see goddamn homosexuals strutting down goddamn the street like they on a fucking runway.
Right.
6'8" homosexuals.
6'8", 230.
Back in it, there's no such thing as in the closet no more.
in the closet was a thing. That's
Right.
You,
Yeah,
know,
it's
you,
a-
you got to tell your kids that there was a such thing as
It's a-
homosexuals that they were in the closet.
Right.
What's the closet, Dad?
That is.
No, the closet's where heterosexuals live at.
Yeah,
Right.
that's
You gotta keep your heterosexual alive.
Right.
Now you gotta keep that shit in the closet now. That's how bad it is out here.
Right. 6'6".
Read that over.
6'6".
Sirach 10 and 4. The
256.
power of the earth is in the hand of the Lord, and in due time he will set over it one that is
You passed
profitable.
by?
And can you jump down to the verse where it says through injuries, riches,
That's not
and
good to kill like
All right, this is Sirach 10 and 8. Because of unrighteous dealings, injuries, and riches got by deceit.
Yeah, it says because of unrighteous dealings, injuries, and riches got by deceit. And did not the so-called white, these are acts, these are charges, right? He injured the children of Israel. He deceived them by taxing them and putting heavy burdens of interest rates upon them that you can't erase, because you can't find,
Usury.
You can't find no chapter on student loans and these different interest
No, you
rates.
can't.
It's
You
all
can't.
right. Which really in the ancient world, if you were under particular debts, you would have, you would have certain debt-free days where you could actually free your debt, such as Jubilee.
And 7 years, every 7 years, year Jubilee,
Every 7 years,
50
every 50 years.
Every 7 years, and you would clear your debt. So-called white man ain't gonna allow you to do
That
that.
should have been clear.
But he's a Bible practicing. This is the Bible practicing country that we're living in. We'll celebrate Jubilee, niggas.
Right.
Free everybody's debt. You can't do that because he's in debt. Is China gonna free up the debt of the U.S.? Hell no. So they gotta put the debt on taxpayers.
That shit'll go on to you. Your father will die in debt, and that debt will go to you.
Yeah. That's why when you go on the when you go into debt for citizens, you have to calculate it by how much debt that the American government has accumulated and divided by with that, like 300 million. 300 million, how many people are in the United States population? That's how you get debt for citizens. So Esau basically has us racking up his debt, and that's part of the riches got by the sea. Because that's him, like, yo, that's your debt. How the hell you gonna put it on us? We didn't run up all that debt doing all the wickedness that the so-called white man did. And a lot of that debt came from war and things of that nature, man. Keep going on that. Read that over.
This is Sirach 10 and 8. Because of unrighteous dealings, injuries, and riches got by deceit,
Injuries and riches got by the sea.
the kingdom is translated from one people to another.
Yeah, so when you commit such charges as that shows that you're not fit to rule, man. The so-called white man is not fit to rule. When the Greeks were in power, they were not fit to rule. When the Romans were in power, they were not fit to rule. Now we could dive in Rome and we could dive in Greece, and if we were citizens in that time, people would love the country, they would love the format, they would love the events. But that don't mean that they was fit to rule. They were oppressing the children of the heavenly Father. And you had wise people, wise individuals that thought outside of the box, that wanted to get the fuck out of the system. They were known as the Christians during the time of Rome. They were known as the Maccabees during the time of Greece. And they're known as the Israelites later. Now, of course, they were all Israelites, but that was the group thinkers, so to speak, the ones that knew how to think outside the box. See, man, look, we ain't supposed to be born here to be goddamn, doing these Olympic events, man. We ain't supposed to be born here to do these universities and be Hellenized. We want our own, man. We want our own independence.
Mm-hmm.
And they fought for that. They fought for what they believed in.
Yep.
And it was at the expense of dying. It was at the expense of looking like terrorists. Looking like they were enemies of the state, which they were enemies of the state. You got some? Matter of fact, you get
Ecclesiastes chapter 2,
Wrap up the file, bro.
verse 17. Therefore I hated life, because the work that is wrought under the sun
So we gotta work.
is grievous unto me, for all is vanity and vexation of spirit.
Yeah, and Solomon, that was Ecclesiastes, right? Yeah, he spoke about how he hated life, man. This is not living. The essence of life should be celebratory, so to speak. Feelings of triumph, feelings of victory, feeling of relief, feelings of pleasure, and constant. Not artificial feelings of pleasure. Because now we living off of AI life, man. It feels good to watch movies and bullshit action films that somebody else is doing, man.
You watching crackers on TV and you all, jolted up and shit. That ain't living, man.
Going to Disney World once a year.
Yeah, going to Disney World once a year.
Every 10 years.
Watch it, going to these different concerts and seeing artists perform. That's not living, man. We're supposed to be living in this world. Actually living and enjoying what the Lord actually has provided for us. When the Lord planned and created this world, and that 6,000 year time span, because of course the 7th day he rested. Everything he planted on the earth was for the pleasure of men. Women, trees, plants, minerals, wine, all these things were a matter of fact. Yeah, you can get that in Surah 38 for the sheep things of life.
2 plates, that shit 200.
Water, oil. All those things were designed for us to be fulfilled and always happen. You gotta think, even being amongst animals, if we were in harmony with animals, that would bring happiness along, man. You know how good it feels just to be amongst certain animals, being in environments and actually hearing the animals let off certain vibrations.
They do.
When you actually hear certain birds chirp.
That's why they do that. That's why it's so melodic.
It's very melodic. When you hear those things constantly, it releases dopamine in your brain. It releases chemicals in your brain. It actually elevates your frequency. Because it's frequency that's always in the environment. That's even systematic. The reason why Esau took all these goddamn animals away from us. Right?
Yep.
We're in a concrete jungle.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, you nothing natural.
An article came out. You say that this is a concrete jungle. An article was just released. I shared with Brothers Law, if I remember. But Atlanta is considered one of the most treed cities in the country.
Oh yeah, cities. Yeah, it is. It does have a lot of trees.
And like you say, and this is a concrete jungle still to the city. I mean, now you get to certain outskirts and all that, but I'm just saying that says a lot about all major cities. If this is the most
trees,
we got the most trees in the city.
The most vegetation,
bruh.
I think places like New York,
like you got
DC,
Central Park up there.
Yep.
LA.
Central Park down
The city
here?
looks better with less trees.
Central
Less
Park.
nature. I remember you brought out that movie, The Lorax.
Yep.
And that shows you how Esau, he looks at these things as a burden. When it's trees, plants, bushes, he thinks that's ugly.
Like, we gotta send the landscapers out. You know what? We just save money. We just cut the trees down so we don't have to blow the straw and the leaves.
Yeah.
Right.
That's how you think.
But Esau's a caveman. He dwells in the clefts of the rock.
And then they'll put artificial greenery in it.
Right.
Put artificial grass down.
I'll put very small, turf. Or they'll give you a small little green patch and one tree in the middle. Come on, man. Like that. That's all you got.
When they putting all these street lights
What's
out, because these street lights are toxic itself.
The one tree that
It's
goes
light
to
pollution.
Brooklyn.
That's a
something like
form of
that.
pollution. That shit, it destroys your brain.
Something like that,
It destroys your whole chemical makeup.
Light pollution.
Yep, light pollution.
Light pollution, yeah.
You got noise pollution on constantly. You have fumes from these toxic ass vehicles that we drive. And I watched that video with the brother Prashad where he was speaking about that jet. The dude was going into that jet fuel, man, which was barium and aluminum. And that's constantly descending upon us. Yeah. And that jet fuel is toxic for the environment.
Yeah.
These big ass warehouses. Man, this place is done, man.
Yeah.
And we just ants at the bottom, just inhaling, exhaling all this bullshit.
Yep.
Eating it,
drinking it.
It's a miracle we are alive, but that's just
really
the Lord.
is a miracle.
But the prophecy said we're gonna drink poison and live.
Yep.
Shit, yep.
Got it.
Rock chapter 29, verse 21. The chief thing for life is water and bread and clothing and a house to cover shame.
Yeah, so the chief things in life is water, bread, and clothing in the house to cover shame. And that was the essentials that we live by. Now, of course, we had certain things that were still added onto us, but that's the basic necessities. And the Lord provided us, more things in due time, and we were satisfied with that. That's why when you watch these different ancient period pieces, Jake didn't need a goddamn television to be happy.
No.
Do we need it now? Hell yeah. Brothers ain't, I ain't gonna lie, man.
Your phone ain't on?
Cell phone, bro. I'm gonna be depressed.
I'll be looking suicide gotta watch.
Oh, look out the window like, God damn, man.
Because that's the times that we lived in. Don't try to, you know, Jake be trying to be. Now, of course, in that day, you know, when these things shut up.
Yeah, but that's that day.
Right.
That's that day. It's gonna be forced.
Now,
Right. But for the most part, nowadays we're in a technological based society.
We're built different.
Socialized by
we're built
technology.
different now.
Yeah.
Our spirits are built
Our spirits are built way different.
different. Our bodies are built different.
You need a TV in this.
Yeah.
You need a TV. You need that as entertainment. If not, you're gonna be socially deprived.
You're gonna be weird. You're gonna be weird as fuck.
You're gonna be weird as shit, man. You can't just be in your cubicle like a goddamn what's those Quaker, like a goddamn Quaker or something, man.
Goddamn Amish.
Every time some little like minor shit happen, you don't have a clue.
You don't know what's going on.
You don't know what the hell is going on.
You going to the newspaper, man, get the hell out of here.
Yeah.
Some more?
That's real.
I'll read a little bit more on that where it speaks about how where it speaks about how the center turn of the sword. Going this person down. Sword 38,